The following preview trailer is not suitable for viewing by persons of a nervous disposition. Switch off your television set immediately unless you are prepared to be really terrified.
Shit the bed! Well, howdy, folks. Come on in.
Think bad, and then bad's what you get. Oh, you want to play? Well, I'll play with you. Come on, I'll play with you. You want to smash something? Huh? Here, leave the car alone. You know what? It's too goddamn late. You pissed me off. God damn it, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! There you go, sweet talking me again.
All right, man. What's going on?
We're all the way live.
Yeah, all the way live, man. We got a whole 200 people in here, man. They're blowing up the fucking chat.
Oh, man.
I mean, two
Blowing
people. My bad.
Blowing up the internet, yeah.
Yeah. Chris C, what's going on, man? You got Holland in here. What's up, man? Epic. Hey, now.
Hey, Blissful.
There's Gizmo.
Gizmo
Hey, Dirk,
nice.
you are 6 hours behind me, not 7. I was counting on 22, but I'll try to be there within 30 minutes or something. Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah,
Cool.
7 minutes, 7 hours from, well, I meant 6 from the, what do you call it? EST, man.
Yeah.
I'm an hour behind them.
So, yeah, Gizmo's like an hour later than me.
Right. Yep. Let's see. Holland, great choice of shirts, Dirk, for the coronation.
Oh, God. Don't talk to me about that.
Gizmo. Chris saying, what's up? Wow, Wrangler, what's going on, man? I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, this is going to be like, well, we had originally scheduled Vinicio, but he had to move and stuff this weekend, so he'll be on next weekend. We'll be talking about your however you say his last name. Crazy ass
but the guy does, I don't know.
Boogerite.
Right.
That sounds right. Boogerite. I know Gizmo will correct me later or something. But yeah, we're just gonna bullshit with the chat, man, and talk about some recent watches. You know.
Yeah, I haven't got too many recent watches, but anybody got any questions or topics or anything, you know, that you want us to cover eventually, just put them in the chat. Or anyone wants to jump on as well. I think I'm not sure if Dirk can work out how to put the link in the chat. Anyone's welcome to come on.
I think I can, maybe.
I think if you copy and paste it, maybe.
Let me see. All right, let me try that. And then, yeah, there we go. Bam. That it? That should be it.
Got it. I don't know. I can't see the chat from where I am.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, just
I did it. Anybody want to join? That's cool, man. Just pop on. We're just gonna, like I said, this is just hangout shit. You know, hangout stream, bullshit stream. Talk about some recent watches. Whatever y'all want to talk about. Any suggestions, questions, any of that stuff,
yeah,
man.
Go for it.
Right. Let's see.
So, you had many, like, you watched many films this week? I know we was preparing for that, you know, German guy's films. I only got to see.
I watched all those. I watched all 4 of those, and then I watched. I got 4 more that I watched, but I got 3 that I'm gonna talk about because I didn't have time to.
Right, that's cool. Yeah, I got just the one, but yeah, give people a heads up on it, really.
There's Chris C. He wanted to join. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? How are y'all doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Not too bad, man.
Good. Sorry, just readjusting my phone here real quick. Saving up to get a webcam and stuff and make my vids a little bit easier. Just doing this for the first time. I just did a video about a half hour ago, just showing my my dungeon, you can say, as Pop calls it, in my apartment and stuff like that too. I just finished that one up. It's good, like 5-6 minutes and stuff, just showing what's in there.
Okay, yeah, I've seen your first one. Yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty dark. I'll redo that one to Anthony's point.
I've seen that about Mad God.
Yeah. I know y'all doing a WTF of that, and I gave my points on it. They were talking about that last night and stuff like that, and I said, yeah, there's dialogue of a baby crying, so and you'll kind of get that. You see it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see who's people are talking. A Wild Wrangler says he watched episodes of Tales from the Dark Side. That's cool. Masters of the 80s, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, Tony.
And Tony, man, if you want to join, man, I put the link.
Yeah, the more the merrier, as I said.
You're just talking about recent watches, and really, we was, you know, like I said, I don't know if you heard me, but Benicio's coming on next week. He was supposed to be this week, but he had to move and stuff. So we had to just say, well, we'll still do a show. We'll just do a bullshit show, bullshit stream, you know, shoot the shit with the chat, talk about recent watches and stuff, man. Anything recently that you watched you want to talk about? Chris?
Just with those two, because I watched Mad God, and from the video that you saw, Spine of Night, which is it's really good. RLG just from Shudder, they're Shudder originals, just great stuff, really. That's only really watched newer wise, with Mad God, just love that stuff too. And other than me going into a little bit of deep dive of watching the David Lynch movies I have from Criterion, other than one from Arrow,
nice.
And from in the chronological order a little bit from his first to the latest one I have. So
cool. David Lynch, man.
Yeah, and just with your suggestions, great suggestions on Giallios and all that other stuff too. I got that Lindsay Baker set from Severin. That's a nice set. So
yeah, man.
I'm going to go and watch it. Yeah, I got into Giallios from watching. It was the Amazon version of Suspiria, which was directed by him, and I'm like going, oh, this movie's great. And I saw Deep Red on Amazon Prime, and oh god, that's such a good movie. It's just with the soundtrack that Goblin did and stuff like that, the music overshadows the language a little bit, where the music will just blaze open and stuff like that. But last time I was at Barnes and Noble, they had a sale, and they had the 4K special edition of that, and I picked that up. And then I got the Bird with the Crystal Plumage, and then Cat O' Nine Tails. So I just need one more to complete that animal trilogy, and I'll be good. So.
The Four Flies?
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen Four Flies.
Okay.
I heard that's the better one. I haven't watched those other two first though, but I plan on next day off. I plan on watching the Bird with the Crystal Plumage. It's starting from the start.
It's funny with those with the Jolly though. They like you'll love certain films, and then as time goes on, it all changes. Like other films are like, I don't know. It's very strange how it does it, especially with the Giallo, you know.
Yeah, I would say personally, I'd say Bird with the Crystal Plumage is the better one out of those three, you know, animal trilogy.
Yeah, my personal is Four Flies, but that could change.
Yeah,
because I've seen things change already, you know.
Right, I like Four Flies a lot. I put it like second, and I put Cat O' Nine Tails maybe third.
Yeah,
but they're all worth it, you know. They've all got.
Oh yeah, they are. I call them like palate cleansers, really, with certain ones. You know, if I watch them too much and stuff like that, I get desensitized a little bit because it's like, oh, I've kind of seen that before. With another one that I got a few weeks ago, well, I found it on Amazon, so it was good enough, cheap enough price, $20. Knife Plus Heart. That was on Shudder. That was a Shudder original, I think, for a little bit. That's a mix between it's like a 70s Giallo, but it's not for everybody.
Right, it's more like probably like an homage film. Probably.
Yes, it's based in like the 70s and stuff like that. Very euphoric, great soundtrack.
But it's
great
a new movie, though,
like
right?
It's Giallo type slasher, but they have Giallo scenes in there. But yeah, it can be pretty brutal at times. That's why I say it's not for everybody. There's a scene in a car, like after a club with this dude that's really inebriated, and the killer does something with him. You know, you'd have to see it to believe it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, right, I think that's got like a gay element to it as well, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah, it's very.
There's another one that's like that. The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears.
Yeah,
it's an homage Giallo as well. There's not really no plot, no story really. Just a lot of visuals and big homage to the Giallo. So.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. You know.
Yeah,
and, I can bought some recs that you've all recommended. So, you know, and that's great. Just going into diving into that and stuff like that. Cause I like those artsy type of films now since I'm older. I really like that kind of stuff. You know, just don't give me I don't mind the splatterfest stuff when you just go into it, but you got to give me something here story wise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears, though, there's really no story. I mean, you could probably make something out of it if you wanted to, but. But yeah,
some of these homages just don't do it for me.
They're.
But that Knife Plus Heart, I'm really interested in seeing that because from what I've read, it looks really good. It's got a little more.
I put it up in the new shelving I got are kind of like book one, so there's stuff behind stuff. So and I remember I do have it somewhere in there. The original one came with a poster.
What release that is?
What's that?
What release it is? Is it Region A Blu-ray you got of Knife Plus Heart?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's region. It's all region, you know. But yeah, it's a Region A. It's a clear case. It originally came with a poster. Too bad I missed out on that. But it's a nice. It's a kind of a famous French actress that's in it. She's really good. But yeah, I would recommend it. I would recommend it. I'm just saying it's just not for everybody for certain stuff, you know, but I really liked it. I really liked it.
Okay.
Seems cool. Good.
Well, Darren, you want to talk about what you watched recently? Or
I only really watched obviously Necromantic for the stream, but we'll go into that next week. The only one I really watched this week, to be honest with you, was The Sunday Woman I mentioned before. It's kind of a giallo, although it's not in a way. So I was a little bit let down by it, to be honest, because although it's basically the front end. I'm not spoiling anything when I say this. The front end and the back end are the only really two murder sequences or murders we get in the film. It's very much comedy. It's a lot of comedy that don't really work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, we get to know early on that the killer uses like this big wooden dildo, which was used in The Sister of Ursula and Red Wings of Fear.
Yeah.
But it just failed a lot for me. I think I give it like a 5 out of 10. It's just the humor don't hit, and it's like 1 hour 45 minutes of just a lot of rubbish really in between these two, murder kills or whatever.
Yeah.
So I can't really recommend it, but I'd say Giallo fans, it might be worth a watch. It might be interesting if you can get it cheap enough. But I was let down. I thought that was going to be really good because I've read about that film for years, and not what I expected at all.
Okay. We got 8 people in here, man. That's good.
Nice.
Let's see. I got. Where were we at? Blissful said, "I'm new to horror movies. To any and all suggestions would be great." Yeah.
Yeah, definitely you're the stream because I expect there'll be a lot more films coming up.
Oh, for me, I'll just say it right now. Event Horizon. That's my number one. Really, I can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah, Event Horizon still terrifies me, and I watched that on.
I love
when I was a kid. Yeah,
I love that movie, but yeah, it's kind of like Hellraiser mixed with Alien
Space.
or something. It's kind of it's different.
Sam Neill, and just like everything he seems to play just seems to work, and just the ending scene for that when Larry Fishburne says, "Oh my God, they're not dead" and stuff like that. That just kind of just did it for me. I'm like, going, oh boy.
Yeah.
That's one I've never seen, but I'd love to.
Oh, you've never seen it? Oh man.
No, I'm
Have
not massive on say sci-fi films, but
it's more horror.
Yeah,
it's more horror for sure. I mean, it is science fiction, but the horror elements like Hellraiser, damn near.
Yeah.
There's a cut of that no longer exists. Supposedly, it was like destroyed in a fire or something like that. There is a director's cut of that film. I know it's somewhere. It has to be, but the director said it doesn't exist.
I saw some extra scenes on that release, that 4K.
Yeah.
I made a deal with Wes from Dead Pit, and he I can't remember what we traded, but
for the Steelbook,
he hooked me up with that Steelbook. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I missed out on that.
Yeah. And that worked out because that was on my birthday too, so that was killer. But let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to say any other suggestions. Yeah. I mean,
Hellraiser.
Exorcist 3.
The first 3.
For sure.
Oh,
I would say you got to see that.
Oh God, yeah. If you haven't seen The Exorcist 3, it's fantastic. It's
the big scissor scene, one of the most terrifying things I've still ever seen.
Probably the best jump scare.
Oh God.
In my opinion,
it works. You know it's coming, and it still works. It's like
there's like 3 or 4 scares before that.
But
yeah, that film's only just now getting a real people are starting to really rave about it. Because again, it was like Halloween 3 when it first came out, and The Thing. It was just no one was.
And it's got an extra creepy vibe too. If you know about the shit with Dahmer, with Jeffrey Dahmer, what he was doing with that movie, man, that's crazy. That he showed that film to all his victims and shit. That's an extra creepy vibe. When I'm watching it, I'm like, I think about that shit a little bit. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of like suggestions for Blissful, Blissful, can you say kind of what type of subgenres you're into and that, and maybe we can give you a few films to go after.
Let's see. I got people just saying hey back and forth. Anthony says I'll jump in about 10 minutes. He said give me 10 minutes. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool, man.
The editor film.
Yeah, that's supposed to be really good, actually.
Oh yeah,
it's another
I
comedy.
Yeah, I never did watch
Comedy
that.
shallow.
I never did see that, but
It's definitely on my radar. But like, you know, these new like fairly newer films usually hit or miss with me. I'm
right.
just a sucker for like the 70s and 80s, really.
In Texas, what's up, man? It's all good, man.
Hey,
He says, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late." Not a
no
problem,
worries, man. Yeah, just happy to have you on board.
man. Yeah. He's saying, "Hey to Blissful, Texas, Holland." Let's see. Texas says she's not that new. I've showed her a lot. Okay.
Right.
I still haven't seen Event Horizon from beginning to end. Seen bits and pieces. Yeah, it's that's a great one to me, man. Let's see. I watched Event Horizon a long time ago, and I will rewatch. Yeah. First two Hellraisers are classics. Yeah. You can watch them back to back. They're great.
Yeah, the first one I really like a lot.
Wild says nobody watched Exorcist 2.
See, I don't mind Exorcist 2. I can watch it.
I remember
when
when it first came out, and damn, I was so
Yeah.
let down.
It's
I did pick
bad.
up these guys here, so I have this.
Okay.
Got this. I use my points, so one of these guys is free. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
this one almost looks to be a David Lynch film, but it's still directed by a great director. I'm just saying. Considering my lady Patricia Arquette's in it and stuff like that, and I've seen it before, so great stuff.
Oh yeah, True Romance is classic. That's a
Yeah.
Tarantino. Tarantino wrote it. So
Yeah.
Blissful said I like psychological thrillers, jump scares, basically anything but torture. Okay.
Oh,
Anything but torture.
If you haven't seen, I mean, I'm sure you have. I mean, it's a heavy hitter though. Silence of the Lambs is one of the best psychological thrillers.
oh yeah.
Oh God,
Psychological
absolutely.
horror, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Ever made.
And Hannibal as well. If you've not seen
Yeah.
the film Hannibal, not the TV series.
And Manhunter. You know.
Manhunter's a great film as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Manhunter.
even like Red Dragon. I don't mind Red Dragon.
Yeah.
In the series.
I like them all, man. I like Hannibal Rising too.
I was going to say, I know Dirk likes that. I didn't. I watched it once.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me.
It's not as high as the others for sure, but I do
different.
like knowing the backstory. You know.
Right. Yeah. Isn't he French in that? I think a lot of French, from what I can remember.
Yeah. What is it?
French people.
Oh.
Wasn't Hannibal French in it?
Hannibal Rising?
Yeah. Yeah.
French and German, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been like 15 years since I've seen that.
Right.
Easy.
Yeah, Hannibal's a great movie. God, was it
it's
Lee
probably my
Liotta,
favorite.
directed by Ridley Scott?
And Darren brought it to my attention, man. It plays like a giallo. If you think
It does. It really does.
It's a lot like a giallo.
Gary Oldman. I mean, man. Yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah. Gary Oldman's highly underrated, man.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like I say, I would actually say Hannibal. I go back to Hannibal more than Silence of the Lambs, but you know,
right.
It's obviously Silence is a better film, but
yeah. I remember seeing Silence in the theater.
Red Dragon's really good too. That's a really good one.
Yeah, underrated. And Manhunter, like Dirk said.
That's Manhunter, yeah, pretty much for the most part.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Tony.
Texas. Editor is great.
Let's see.
I've heard good things about the editor as well. It's like more of a comedy giallo from what I've heard. But yeah, I'll have to give that a go as well.
Let's see. I can do it.
I did pre-order that Irreversible from Vinegar Syndrome. I remember watching Uncle Bill's stream when they announced that on their partner label, and I'm like, I don't have it. I might as well just get the Vinegar Syndrome version that they have just for the slip. I'm like, why not? So I pre-ordered that bad boy.
Right, nice. I think is there sale in 3 weeks now, the halfway to Black Friday?
Think so.
So I think it's 3 weeks and save some money for that, I think.
Yeah.
Man, it's jumping, man. The numbers are jumping from the viewers. I noticed it went down to like 2 a minute ago, and now it's back up to 7. I was like, what the hell is going on? But Texas says editor is great. It's a modern giallo, and they even make it look like it was made in the 70s. Okay. I thought
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the price to come down on that, and now it seems to come down.
I thought that one was more like a comedy. That's why I didn't mess with it.
Right.
Okay. Like from the trailer, it looked like a comedy, and I was like, a lot of times that kind of turns me off of stuff. But
yeah,
I know people are like, "What the fuck? You don't want to laugh?" I'm like, well, sometimes. Sometimes I don't like. It just depends on how it's done, I guess. But let's say one of my favorites. I love true crime, so anytime they have a serial killer, I will watch.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, I love my true crime as well.
Yeah. Here's Tony. What's going on, man?
Good evening, gents.
Hey.
You doing all right?
It is evening over there.
Good. We all right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, not too bad. You had enough of the coronation yet?
No, mate. Not whatsoever.
What is this coronation? I'm lost. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's all hail the Lizard King, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's it's aristocracy at its finest. Rulers of unelected fucking knobheads. I'm not a royalist.
No.
I don't tend to get into it.
I'm not either.
You're all good. Have a good time.
Bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit.
It's all shit. But hey ho, there's plenty of people out there that are royalists, but it's not for me.
Okay, I'm lost. I have no idea. I don't have a pig in the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not missing out. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a pig in the mud fight. So whatever.
Yeah, it's just a title being passed down to someone who didn't fucking deserve it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's all nonsense, mate. It
kind
really
of politics shit or something.
It's not even politics. I could get behind it if it was politics. It's just nonsense, dude. That's all it is.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm make a great movie someday.
Just privileged people, really. Taking the piss. That's all
I guess I'm out of the loop, man. I don't pay attention to the world too much.
It's within the UK. What you find is a bit of a divide. Like an old generation are massively into it, and then like a middle generation like me who are sort of like 50-50. Then a younger generation who really don't give a fuck.
Okay.
So it'll get to a point of time where it'll run its due course. No one cares. And it'll probably just get phased out. It should have been done years ago,
but okay,
yeah. Definitely.
But again, that is just my opinion.
Right.
No, it will happen eventually. I'm sure. Yeah,
I got you.
But apart from that, it's been a decent Saturday.
Good deal.
Good.
You got any recent watches, man? That's really all we're doing, just hanging out and shooting the shit with the chat and.
Yeah, dude. I mean, end of the day, my kind of shit, dude. You know what I mean? I'm into all kinds of nonsense. But,
hey, man.
I've been back and I've had to pick a title up on VHS because I couldn't find this title any other way. There is no DVD. There's definitely no Blu-ray of it. But I'm doing a full run of Sho Kosugi films, and I wanted to do a little video about it and stuff like that. So I had to pick Nine Deaths of the Ninja up on video.
Damn, man, y'all's
Because it was-
VHS are so much damn bigger. Like, it's
Fucking
crazy.
Love it. Yeah,
huge, mate.
the films.
Fucking
Yeah.
massive.
That's an ex-rental copy as well. That so
Hey, man, I was big.
standard home editions.
I was big into
smaller.
those ninja films when I was a kid, man. Like when I was young.
Yeah, I mean this one is head and shoulders above a lot of them. It's actually got a story as well, which makes a big difference. And it's Shokazuge, which you can't really go wrong with. But this was probably one of his better films, an earlier film, one of his better films. But for some reasons, had no DVD or Blu-ray release, which is really odd.
We got Gizmo in here, man.
Gizmo's here as well, is he?
Yeah, man.
Uh-oh.
What's going
All
on,
right,
man?
Hey, what's up, Gizmo?
Well,
So have you on board?
What?
How's it going, man?
Yeah, good. I was wrong about the time,
Oh,
why?
as usual.
yeah.
I was wrong about the time.
It's 2:30 here, so it's 3:30 for Northerners, or
Yeah,
we
you're
call it
6
Eastern
hours.
Standard Time.
It's 9:30 here.
9:30.
Same here.
Okay.
It's 8:35. Yeah.
Is it 8:30?
Okay.
Oh, so it is. I'm putting an hour on our time.
I was going to say then.
It's
Oh, wow.
12:34 here.
Oh, you're 1:30 where you're at?
12:34 p.m.
12.
California time.
Oh, you're in Cali. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of everything going on in here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I had to go and get a VHS copy of Nine Deaths of the Ninja. If you've never seen this film, by the way, it's on YouTube. It's a really good copy of it on YouTube. Check it out. It is really, really good. It's Nine Deaths of the Ninja.
Shokazuge.
Yeah. It's good. It's one of his better ones. You know what I mean? He did some really good stuff. He did some really shit stuff, but it's a lot better than his most of his shit stuff.
I need to check out more of his films.
They're good, mate. I mean, if you take some of the early ninja films out, which are good, but the problem was Franco Nero took the really main role out the first ninja film. If you look at some of his own standalone things, Pray for Death is a really good one, where it's more like a sort of vengeance film. What was the other one he did? I've got it.
I'm trying to remember some of the ones when I was younger, man. I was big into the fucking ninja shit, and when I was a kid, and
Me
the kung
too.
fu shit, obviously.
A
A little bit of all that shit.
Rage of Honor is the other one.
I have
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
that looks
Only
familiar.
one, right?
that's a good one. And then Pray for Death.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that as well.
I remember
Yeah.
that cover, or I remember that look. Maybe not. It might have not been the cover, but I remember that damn. It's like all metal, kind
Yeah,
of Shredder before Shredder.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's other things of his as well as where's that one gone? Black Eagle. I mean, Van Damme ends up all over that. It's a shame, really, because like Van Damme's like the third henchman from the left. He's hardly in the fucking film, really. But yeah, Van Damme gets centre cover. But that's a Shokazugi film.
Okay.
That's a really good one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check some of them out now you've mentioned them.
You got any recent watches, Gizmo?
I had problems picking it out because I've been away for 3 weeks almost. But I just took the titles that I have seen for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I took out the stuff that we did during the war thing, and where we already talked about those. So
Okay.
but I have some titles. Yeah. Are we going? It's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just shooting the shit, basically, man. Just talking about recent watches. I got like 3, I think, that I wrote some brief shit down on it. It's not nothing major, nothing crazy, but Just
I haven't
hanging out,
wrote
man.
anything down. So, but
Oh, you're good, man.
but I have to always go after Mr. UK, and he comes with this ninja shit, and I have to go with this EO. Yeah, but I really like this one. It was for me, it's a masterpiece. But I'm really into those, animal kind of movies where it's based on something that happened, or animals are in the focus. And this is one of the best one I ever seen. Actually, it's really art house, but still, it's what I think movies nowadays are lacking a lot is heart. And this movie is pure heart. It's from the opening scene till the ending. It's if you don't.
We were talking about that a little bit, like, because everything's digital now, so nothing's as thought out, because you can just fucking do as many fucking takes as you want, and with film, everything was thought out way more, before they made their cuts and shit. You can cut shit so much now. Right?
You can destroy everything.
Right. So you're right about it. Yeah. The heart seems to be lacking in a lot of new shit.
Yeah. I really recommend that film. At least it's something. Even if you're not into those films, in like I am, it's a movie I think you will find enjoyment from in one way or another.
Is it more serious driven, or is it like a comedy, or?
I will not spoil anything, because I was shocked when I saw it, because I thought it was going to be this kind of family, the classic kind of story arc where
that
animal dies.
Looks like a Disney or something,
It's far away from Disney, but it's kind of you're following kind of this animal, this donkey, and from the opening sequence to the end, it starts off kind of like Dumbo does, without, if you don't include the mother, but it's but it ends in sort of like a love story in a way. So it's really weird.
Nice.
And they managed to capture the entire journey. So I was really drawn into this freaking animal. And a lot of this is sadly CGI, but there is also a lot of shots that are with so I can't tell the difference, and then it doesn't matter for me.
Okay.
But
cool. Because I know you hate the CGI animal shit.
Yeah, when I can see it, I hate it.
Right.
It's the
Have
worst
you seen Cocaine Bear yet?
I've seen clips from it, but I hate that because I want to watch the entire movie.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I will watch it right away when it's released.
I mean, it's not a masterpiece. It's a fun little movie, though. I something to laugh at. But.
And end of the day, that's all you really wanted from it. You know what I mean? With a title like Cocaine Bird, I don't think it was going to offer much else. You know what I mean? It was. But those are the kind of films that are sadly now missing. 93-minute films. Get in, get to the point, get out, done. Those films are really sadly missing. Like 2 weeks back, we went to watch Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. You know what I mean? I am hugely into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I heard it was quite good. But...
Dude, it is the premise of the film is like any other film you've seen by Marvel to date. It's the same. The storyline is just regurgitated shit that is the same in every mass-produced film
you started so positive.
I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan, from the cartoon TV series.
I used to play the shit, and
it
probably pissed me off. I watched, because I used to read the books too, those Dragonlance books. Raceland Major. Like that. But,
the film is
they need to do something more with like
serious.
Yeah.
This was too light-hearted, too long. Getting Chris Pine in seemed to be like they couldn't get the people they wanted, so they went, "Well, fuck it, Chris Pine's available. Just use him."
Discount version of somebody.
It's like he doesn't bring anything to it. The character he portrays, you end up knowing nothing about. His back character, really. It's poor all round. The CG's pretty good in it. The story is like anything else you've seen in any Marvel film or any mass-produced film over the last 10 years. It's just heartless, lukewarm. It's a shame.
I could tell by watching the trailer, though. I knew.
Which studio brought that out?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
When I saw that trailer, though, I kind of knew what. That's why I stayed away from it. I was like, this is going to be too funny, too comedy shit. You know,
it's too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Chris Pine sort of character in it is supposed to be a bird. That's the whole concept of his character. He's a bird. He doesn't portray a bird in it at all.
Right.
He doesn't. He hardly sings any songs. Yeah, he doesn't play a fucking lute. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? It's
fucking bird, huh?
Yeah, it's just really weird. And then Michelle Rodriguez plays the Barbarian character. That's fine. I like Michelle Rodriguez. She's okay at what she does.
Yeah.
But that character is really lukewarm as well. Like the magician character in it is pretty good. That's about the saving grace. If you're massively into the whole D&D franchise, whether it's the cartoon, the books, the game, the video games, there's loads of little Easter eggs. There's loads of little bits. That's cool. But if you don't know any of this shit, it'll just wash straight over you.
Yeah. I mean, we played the dice with the dice and shit back in the day, you know, and it was all creating your character, and it was very detailed and shit. But we didn't have a lot of shit to do back then. There was no internet, you know. So.
That's just it. I mean, do you remember from a good few years back the Dungeons and Dragons film that came out? It had one of the Wayans brothers in it, I think.
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons.
What was that?
Is it the one with Jeremy Irons?
Yes. Yeah,
the one Jeremy Irons.
To be fair, no one talks about that film because of how bad it was. And it isn't good. It's entertaining. It isn't brilliant.
Yeah.
This new Dungeons and Dragons films is no better. It's no better than that.
Okay. Maybe the CGI a little better. Maybe. Or
what's that, Dirk? Sorry.
I said, is the CGI a little better on the new one?
Oh, yeah. CGI is a lot better. But the storyline, the basic premise is virtually the same. They could have done so much with it. I mean, that universe is so big that they just went down a linear, basic, box standard route with it. It's weird, really.
No.
Right. Fantasy, it seems to be that way. That's why we'll never get movies like Legend anymore. And that's my all-time favorite fantasy film. I love that to death.
I love Legend. I love all that kind of stuff. That is my forte. That is my go-to.
Have y'all seen Conquest?
Yes. Lucio.
I have Conquest. I've not watched that yet from Fulci. I do have it though.
That is a weird film.
Yep, that's the version I have right there. Yeah, love it.
Bizarrely, we never got that Arrow release in the UK.
I got the special edition DVD from Universal. I have that stored up in my cases and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a must. That was a triple dip. Yeah, I had that on VHS. I'm like going, it's Tim Curry playing the devil. You can't beat that.
Yeah, he's brilliant in it.
Has anybody else seen? I know Dirk, but has anybody else seen Evil Dead Rise yet?
I've not. No.
I've not.
God. I was quite mixed on it, really.
I'll just wait till it goes to streaming or something. I mean,
I would say you don't have to go to the cinema for that. No.
Yeah, I would just hold out. Like,
I don't trust Dirk anymore after he loves Scream so much. The new Scream films.
Oh yeah, Scream 6. Love is a strong word. I give it a 6 out of 10. I give it a 6 out of 10.
I did manage to get hold of Scream 6 online, I should say, but it's like over 2 hours, so I haven't got around to it. Yeah, the time for me.
I liked it better than Part 5. I'll put it that way. Part 5 was like,
I kind of like 5.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
5 was okay. But that's what you get with that.
Not even watched 5.
Yeah, 5 was like, damn.
About that.
I figured out the killers in the first 30 minutes. You know, it was like, fuck this movie. You know, once I figured the killers out that quick on a mystery type fucking movie, no.
Scooby-Doo, as Brad has called it. like Scooby Doo movies.
Exactly. You know what you're getting yourself into when you sit there and watch a Scream film. You're not going to get any fucking high art or anything like that.
No, but I can honestly say the other ones, I didn't figure the killer out that quick, you know. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, in the third one, it was impossible to figure out the killer because it didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, that was a lazy way of doing it too.
Yeah.
With 5, I'll say this. I don't want to be a jerk about it, but Jenna Ortega, if she would have died at the start of that, I wouldn't have had an issue with that. I know that sounds bad, but I would not have an issue. I'd be like, because you have an excuse to go back
to the fucking motherfuckers, man.
You have an excuse to go back to the town, you know? More of an excuse for that. It's like, oh, look, the boyfriend who, 6 months or something like that. And then between 2 people, I'm like,
yeah.
So the other one, so there's 2. So the girl, really? So she was the one, right? So it's like, are you like Jason Voorhees? Are you indestructible? Or Michael Myers? Are you indestructible when you put the mask on? Is that the problem here? So,
but no,
I do have some stuff here for Gizmo here, since we're both hardcore anime fans here. If I can show them real quick.
Okay.
Or recommendations here.
Let me catch up with the chat right quick. Let me see.
No, go right ahead.
You know, I got about 200 people in here, so. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, I got 4. I got 4. I had 9 people, and now I got 4.
Still early.
Let's see. Okay. Watching Nightbreed. Like, I'm trying not to skip nobody.
Nightbreed. That's Clyde Barker, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Texas says it has a lot of comedic elements. Oh, he's talking about the editor. Works, typos. Okay. What's going on? Okay, people saying, hey, watching Nightbreed, 2:30 here. Hey, Gizmo, Texas said.
Hi, man.
Does anybody like the Lone Wolf and Cub films?
Oh, of course.
I do.
love it.
I have a version of that.
But the problem with this release is that you don't get the Shogun Assassin, and I always it's like the first 2 films put together, and
that's the one I have. Yeah, Anime Ego released that through one of their labels over here. It's like I think Samuel L. Jackson's in it or something like that. Plays a part. Some of these rappers do for that version and stuff like that. Give their commentary. So it's a trippy movie. I love it though. It's great stuff.
I love it too.
The Wild Wrangler says he liked your April update collection video, Gizmo.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
He's saying to make PC Penguin.
I don't know what that's.
Steve Mayer said, love Nightbreed. So glad that Scream Factory released the director's cut. Maybe we'll get the 4K treatment soon.
Yeah, but it still haven't released the real cut. What's the name of that one?
The
Cabal cut, I think.
The Cabal.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen
it. I've seen it. I've seen the
story. Yeah.
I believe I've seen it, man. I got several cuts on that the Scream Factory.
No, it's not on it. It's only been released in Germany on DVD once, and then it was pulled back because they didn't have the rights for it. But it was released on VHS back in the days.
Okay.
But I haven't seen it myself. I really want to. I love the film.
Holland says you definitely don't need to rush out to see Evil Dead Rise.
I trust Holland.
Yeah.
He loves all the Harry Potter films, so.
He what? All right.
He's fucking with me since I made that Harry Potter.
Okay, everyone left after Gizmo showed EO.
I trust Holland.
You showed EO. They're like, fuck this, I'm out. Gizmo, Shogun Assassin should be on that somewhere.
Shogun Assassin's a great film.
Yeah,
Wasn't that on the Video Nasties list as well?
Yeah, Vipco put it out years ago.
Oh, right, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I bought far too many of those Vipcos back in the day.
I still grab them wherever I see them. I do pick them up.
Yeah, nostalgia kind of thing. Yeah.
Some are quite expensive now. The two most expensive one at the moment are Snow Beast for some reason. I don't know why. I mean,
Snow Beast.
It's a great film, but it's absolutely
Yeah.
shit at the same time.
That's a TV movie, right?
It was a made-for-TV movie, yeah.
Yeah.
And Demons 3, The Ogre, that's quite expensive at the moment as well for some bloody bizarre reason because it's got nothing to do with the Demons franchise. So.
Yeah. I did get there's like a House of Doom. There was like a TV series with Lucio Fulci and Umberto Lenzi, and I think Bitco released the 4 of them on DVD.
Yeah,
and they're quite hard to get by now, to get them now, but they're worthwhile. But they never went anywhere with the extras or anything. Bitco, did they? They were just...
No, they were. It's cool. They were completely bare bones. I mean, some of the scans that they did were just straight port VHS onto DVD.
Yeah.
They didn't even do anything with them. I mean, some of them really in 4:3 as well. You know what I mean? They didn't even put them into widescreen.
I got the house by the house on the edge of the park, and it was cut by 23 minutes on that Bitco release.
Yeah.
Really?
Crazy.
On the what release? Which release?
Bitco in the UK. House on the edge of the park.
Yeah, not the Severin though. The Severin.
No. It's fully uncut now. You can get and everything. But back in the day, it was like 23 minutes of it cut.
This is one that I just watched, man, for the first time. And the Haunted of Julie.
Oh yeah, look, I love that film.
This movie is really damn good, man.
Yeah, it's like a remake.
The media said that's disturbing first part of that movie. I think the opening scene, he said it's one of the most disturbing things he's ever seen. I was like, whoa, okay, I'm all for it.
If you like the Changeling or like Ghost,
Don't Look Now, I would say it's more like Don't Look Now.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a UK remake of that film.
But it's a damn good, well made ghost type film. Like
it's creepy throughout.
Very nice.
That was my first time seeing it, and it's got Mia Farrow in it, and I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be like Rosemary's Baby. No, it's nothing like Rosemary's Baby.
Nice.
And she's really good in that as well. She carries.
And it's got the guy that's I got his name. What the hell is his name? Keir Dullea.
Oh, right, from Black Christmas,
and 2001: Space Odyssey.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The main guy in 2001.
Oh,
the whole cast is great, but there's a scene in this movie. I'm not gonna. This don't spoil anything. There's an old lady in an institution.
Right.
It's like an institution / old folks home, I guess you'd say. And when she's talking to that old lady, man, that is one of the creepiest old persons I've ever seen on TV on the screen, man.
Yeah.
Like it is. Her name's Kathleen Nesbitt. That's the actress's name.
Yeah.
But she's Mrs. Rudge in the movie. But man, her eyes and shit, I was like, damn, that shit's freaking creepy as hell. But
I can't believe the Blu-ray took so long to come out because I've always loved that. It's just
I've never seen it. That was my first time.
Exactly. That's a lot of people now getting the chance to see it for the first time. And I think that film's going to really kick off. I can really see it happening.
So it's like
in the UK and London and stuff. But because she like this, the whole premise is her daughter dies. She tries to save her daughter. Daughter's choking. She tries to save her, and then she gets put into an institution because she's severely depressed and shit. As soon as she gets out of the institution, she buys an apartment, and the apartment's haunted, and she don't want anything to do with her husband. It's damn good though, man. I highly recommend if you can shell out the money, or I would highly recommend getting this.
Excellent. Cool.
But
I think there's a few releases of that as well. I think there's a UK one. American.
That's the first time I heard of it since Scream Factory put it out. So
yeah. Glad to see us getting get really well liked. I think.
I see. I saw. I see Alan's in here. What's going on, man? Hey y'all, hell of a punter. Yeah, man.
Huh?
Hello, Alan. You all right, man?
Hope you're doing good on this Saturday, man.
I've been watching this. Any of you seen this? The Annihilators.
Yeah, I have
Ooh.
it too.
Never seen that one.
Let me see. I'll zoom in a little bit.
No.
Wow. No,
Oh,
I haven't
nice.
seen
I
Arrow.
think it was a Roger Corman film. I think he put out for, was it New? It might have been, yeah, New World Pictures.
Oh, nice.
A while back. It's a sort of a revenge film.
Yeah.
It's definitely a B movie. It was made on a budget. A group of Vietnam vets. One of the friends gets killed. He lives in a really bad neighborhood that's been overrun by a gang. So his ex-brothers in arms sort of come to the rescue of the neighborhood to try and clean it up. Really, really, really good, to be honest.
Very
If
cool.
you've never seen that, that's worth a watch. Some decent special features on it as well.
It's a full action movie though, right?
Yeah.
It's not a cartoon.
Nope.
Okay, because the cover puts me like it's a cartoon or something.
I think it's
Yeah.
the reverse cover art, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The original was this. Well, that's the new cover art.
Yeah.
Okay.
The old
Oh.
one is better. The one you use, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the original that was the original VHS cover.
Very
Okay.
cool.
Oh yeah.
So that's worth a watch if you like sort of like revenge kind of films.
Right. Oh yeah, man. I got another one. I got one I'm about to talk about. It's a revenge type flick. If I don't know if y'all seen it, but this shit here, I finally, it's a video nasty, and
Nice.
that's a fight for your life.
Right.
Have y'all seen this shit?
Yeah.
I know of it. I've never seen it.
Okay. Actually pretty damn good, man. I thought it's I seen like some back shit on it. Quentin Tarantino showed this at a film fest in 2005. It's a blaxploitation film.
Yeah.
But the way they marketed this movie is they put out two different trailers. And back in 1977, they put out trailers for white people and they put out trailers for black people.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what all that shit was about, but
Nice.
It's completely racist as fuck.
yeah,
Just-
there's so many things.
to people.
This movie cannot be made. There's three convicts. They escape. It's a white guy, a Mexican guy, and a Chinese guy, and they basically kidnap this chick, this black woman, at a liquor store, and force her to go to her house and shit. And then they just humiliate the family. I mean, it's horrible,
They
man.
completely fuck with them for like.
But it's a
Well, there's
revenge.
home invasion elements in it too. Then that's great.
There's a revenge plot as well. So
It's proper grindhouse. It's a real
Yeah. Big
time
disgusting film, like yeah.
But yeah, man. You can only get this on DVD. So
Okay.
MVD
I
had a
wonder why.
What is it?
I said I wonder why because of there's no way I can see that.
Yeah,
Really.
but there's if I remember rightly, isn't the one like sort of semi decent actor in it, like a known name?
Oh, it's got yeah. It's got I don't, man, I'm horrible with names. I gotta write shit down. Robert Judd. Robert Judd is the main black actor, and you got William Sanderson.
That's right. Yeah,
is Jesse.
Sanderson.
Jesse Kane. Catherine Pepper.
That's who I was thinking of. William Sanderson.
William Sanderson. Okay.
Yeah,
man. The whole cast is good. I thought. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, it's like it reverses itself at the end.
Yeah,
it? Sort of like you see all the brutality on the family at the beginning, but then is it a gun slips out and somebody from the family picks the gun up, and then all of a sudden the roles reversed, and the guys that are taking them hostage, they're now on the end of the beating stick.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. It's got rape in it. It's pretty brutal. I mean, for 77 especially. It's not too graphic, you know. It's not as worse as some shit I've seen, but
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of those sort of like reverse revenge films within the video nasties list.
Yeah.
Thing is another big one. Lisa.
Yeah.
That's
Axe. Right?
yeah, Axe. Yeah, I mean, why the fuck they called it Axe, I've no idea. But it's the actual title, Lisa is way better. And the film is really fucking good. It's well shot. It looks
I've heard about it.
Great. Yeah. But then they called it Axe and they got it banned. If they'd left it as Lisa, it would probably never got banned.
Right.
That's another one with a really good trailer.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Stephen Thrower who absolutely loves that film.
I do too, man. I dig it. I got it on the Blu-ray from, I believe, Severin put it out.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I was really
it's very low budget, but it's really, like you say, it's really
it
good.
is, man. But you can tell
basically all shot in one house, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else have something they want to talk about? Movies wise, or
just real quick, some stuff I can show for my boy Gizmo over there, since we're man of culture with certain animes here. If I can.
The man's from Japan.
And that's from Japan. That's right. First one would be, and I had this on. I still have it on VHS, and that's this guy right here, Doomed Megalopolis.
I've seen the cover before. I've never seen the film.
It's a OAV anime, so there's a few volumes for this, so it's a total like 3 or 4. I remember I had to rebuy some of the VHSs for this because I lent them to somebody and never got them back. It's it's loosely based on the true story of Tokyo itself, or Shinjuku, excuse me. Because they had a big, huge earthquake, I think, after the First World War. I think it goes way back. It's it's horror. It's horror. If you're into anything like that or want to get into like cult anime like that, I would recommend that. And then from this director, his last name is Kawajiri. He works for Madhouse Studios, doing a lot of stuff. So this was his directorial debut anime, Wicked City, which is based off the book by the author who did Vampire Hunter D. And he worked with this author to put these animes out. This one's okay. This wasn't the first one I watched from him, but this was the first one he did. The second, which is the better one, is Demon City Shinjuku. This one right here is awesome. I love this movie to death. Love it to death. It has one of the best sword fight scenes you'll see in animation, like ever. The opening scene to that is great. And last but not least, I do have Cyber City Odio. That's another version than the one you have, Gizmo. Your slip is hell better than the one I have. But this is my all-time favorite anime. I think it's the greatest of all time. That's Ninja Scroll.
I love that. I had it on VHS back in the days.
I was at Barnes and Noble in their section, and my buddy was with me, and he found it, and he brought me this guy. So I had this on VHS. I have the special edition DVD that Manga Entertainment released. They're just UK now. They used to be over here in the US.
But that's an incredible good movie.
Yeah.
The dubbing for this is better than the Japanese dialogue. I'm just saying the dubbing for this is on point. I've seen this like dozens of times, 10, 12 times. But yeah, all around perfect anime movie to me. Beautiful violence. So if you want to get into anime, I would suggest watching this.
Yeah,
they used to show clips of Ninja Scroll on Liquid Television. That's when I got introduced to it.
I remember Liquid Television.
Yeah. There's a scene where he's like in this bath type place and the snake woman comes out and stuff like that. And oh my goodness, she just turns around and you see the tattoo of the snake just moving, and then it just goes batshit crazy with that. But very good.
Liquid Television, like the only anime I really remember that I kind of could follow. It didn't have any dialogue. Was Aeon Flux.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I had that series on DVD. Yeah.
But I'm not real big on anime, but I mean,
yeah, that's done by Peter Chung. He did a series called it's called Alexander, but they called it Reign the Conqueror over here, which is pretty good if you like that kind of stuff.
Right. Since we're talking, seen a film called Perfect Blue, sorry, good. Have you seen a
Yes.
film called Perfect Blue? That's one I've got,
yeah.
but I've never watched.
I've heard of it.
I
a
can still
lot.
look at that. Yeah,
It's pretty much a giallo animation film.
It's
So
my
It is.
favorite animation. It's really good.
Perfect Blue.
yeah, nice.
But this film, if they're ever going to make a real life action movie from anime, this is the one I really hope they do justice.
Oh
to.
yeah, Space Adventure Cobra. Yep.
And they never actually explore this universe enough. It's like they have a television series. I have that here as well, and this movie. And they also released a shorter one that was like 45 minutes that I only had on VHS back in the days. But everything is perfect from that universe, and it could be made like if they did something like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of stuff with that, it would have been really fun.
That 80s music video, Girlfriend, that has clips of that movie in there. Basically, it's a music video, Space Adventure Cobra movie. It's great. That's why I got introduced to them. I'm like, okay, there you go.
And it's also the film noir aspect of how they tell the stories. It's amazing. I've never seen it been done like that on anime before at all. Or
Animation's very good. That's when it was done by cell and not digitally now, which you can see the huge difference from hand drawn to that. So.
I totally agree. I love the old school way.
Oh yeah. I got let's see. Texas is saying I picked that up, but still haven't watched it. Damn, we're behind. So there's no telling what he's talking about. Let's see. Spider Lady, Chris C.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Spider Lady. Yeah.
Okay. Pop saying what's
AKA
up?
Snake Lady. Yeah, there's a few, and Ninja Scroll. There's a few people in there. It's almost like I said. It's a samurai sword play type of an anime, but is extremely violent. It's the first really violent anime I ever watched. I was like, because I had that on tape. I used to sneak that when I was with my parents and stuff like that. I was like 16, 17, and I used to sneak into their VHS when I had the VHS and watch it, when they were sleeping. I was like, dude, I can't get enough of this greatness. It's great. It's like, dude.
Damn. Let's see. Yeah, man, we're just kind of just hanging out, bullshitting, man, shooting the shit.
Yeah, if anyone got any questions, just post them in the chat, and we'll ask the panel.
Or better yet, Anthony, you got anything coming up on your channel, or?
Like I said, just before I come on, I was working on a video. I am going through, and it's really hard to do. Going through all my original movie posters. So all my video shot posters, all my one sheets, all my quads. Trying to film that kind of stuff, man, to put in a video is unbelievably difficult.
Yeah.
I've been stood on a fucking step ladder on my dining room chair trying to film over the top of it. You know what I mean? It's fucking nightmare. So I've got a lot of that stuff coming up. I've got some my Sho Kazugi video that I'm putting together. I've got more cartoon stuff coming out all the time. And I'm going to start branching off to 80s children's TV shows.
Very cool.
So I'm currently wading me through a lot of that kind of stuff. I've got one here, actually. I'll show you a quick snippet. This is the one that I've currently been going back to.
I have that too.
Erie, Indiana.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one.
It's brilliant. 19 episodes from 1991. Great series. It's up there with sort of like the gateway stuff of sort of teens coming into horror. It's a good gateway into the weird and mysterious kind of stuff. And it was a kids show, come on kids TV. But it is really, really good.
We saw it back in the days. It was screened. We had 2 channels in Norway when I was little, and that was on one channel, or we could watch Are You Afraid of the Dark on the other channel. So it was like pick or choose.
Yeah,
so, and another good one. We had another one in the UK, even though it was an Australian show. It was called Round the Twist.
Right, yeah.
Round the Twist was great. It was about a family that lived in a lighthouse in Australia. That was another very much similar to Erie, Indiana, or Are You Afraid of the Dark?
The episode from Erie, Indiana I remember the most is the one with the tornado.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of the tornado because that's the name of the episode, right? Or
Yeah, I can't think what it's called.
When did that show come out?
91.
yeah, 91.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I think I've heard Dana talk about it on her show.
Yeah, it's the problem is with the DVD release. It's a really nice release, and there's a few extras on there, but the quality isn't that good. Again, it looks like it's been dragged from a VHS. It's still in 4:3. It's in mono, so it's packaged nicely, and it's nice to have it. But it could have had a bit of better treatment. It's called Tornado Days. The episode.
Tornado
Days.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Probably Norwegian. They called it like Helga or something. Olga, Helga. I don't know.
But I mean, there's loads of companies putting out this kind of stuff. Oh, I've put out this kind of stuff in the UK. But Eureka, they did a lot of these sort of like kids box sets onto DVD, and they look fucking amazing. They look phenomenal on DVD. But yeah, this was put out by Fabulous Entertainment, and it just looks like VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the trouble with some of the TV, stuff like the old Nightmare on Elm Street TV series and all that. They can't get good elements to the because it was probably shot on video, right, or not even shot on proper film.
No.
Also, so many episodes. You know, so much work is done on all that. So, from what I was understanding, I was hearing that the other night on Dead Pit stream. They were talking about that a little bit with Felcher and
Don May.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were talking about Tales from the Crypt. Why it's never gotten a proper release, on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's because back in the day, especially TV specials, sort of 60s, 70s, early 80s, the stuff was being recorded straight to tape, and it was thought of there was no need for an archive. That they were thinking back in the day, who's going to go back and watch this kind of stuff? It's meaningless. Once it's been on and people have seen it, they're never going to go back to it. So there was no archive for it. There was no master file for anything. They just threw the fucking stuff away or recorded over the top of it. So especially in the UK at the moment, there's a big collector's market for blank video cassette that's got pre-recorded TV elements on it.
Oh,
right.
People are just dying to buy things. I have shitloads of it. But
Yeah,
you have to spend hours and hours trawling through it. You know what I mean? If somebody's recorded something on long play, shit, you're there for 8 hours on one tape, just trawling through it.
I remember, man. Yeah, I used to record shit just constant. Like, if I
did
knew
that
it was
with
gone,
Robotech.
I didn't want to miss something. I just hit record and I'm out.
Yeah, I started just work. I remember because Robotech was originally on. I remember watching that as a kid, but then I saw it on one of the public television stations when they do their marathons, and they did a huge marathon of that. And then every Saturday night, when it was a birthday present for me when I bought my first VHS, and I got a bunch of Blockbuster VHSs to record on, and I still have them. And I just recorded Robotech from 1 to all and all that other stuff. And then they released them on tape, and then they released them on DVD, which I have. They have them out. It's out on Blu-ray. I'm shocked I haven't dived in and got those yet, but
I did a bunch of crazy shit back in the day with a VCR, man. Like I would record shit, and then I had 2 VCRs. So then I would edit videos. With my VHSs and shit, and make some wild ass shit, just throw it out.
Just random. We were just murdered for renting tapes and just duping them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep. That's how it started. Like, rented, owned a VCR, and then rented another one just to record shit. But,
you'd rent like 4 or 5 titles on a weekend, and like Tony said, you just record them onto and then you got them. Then
you've got them
long. They look like shit, like because of the long.
Yeah, they did, man. They did. And I don't know if it looked like that for y'all, but it would go light and dark.
Yeah.
It go light and
Demonic.
dark on the shit. Like,
Yeah,
horrible.
it's well, some of those old early video nasty stuff, they were like 4th generation duped tapes. You put it in, and you couldn't see shit. It was just
Right.
black
Yeah.
and fuzzy, and you're going, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
That's how I first saw Cannibal Holocaust on like a really
What
8th
is that?
generation tape, like,
Right.
and it added to, you know, I'd love to go back and see it that way again. You know, it's
Yeah.
nice to have the Blu-ray and all that, but you know, they should give you the option to maybe watch something like that as well.
What is that,
Yeah.
Gizmo?
It's a limited edition that was released of a Norwegian kind of exploitation movie that actually got funded from the Norwegian government 10 years ago.
Right.
So, but nobody saw
Right.
it on cinema, and then they released it on VHS and on DVD. And you get the Blu-ray actually in here, but that was the only way to get the Blu-ray back in the days. On
That's
VHS.
another one that I guess Chuck talked about it from Gore Forever. House at the End of Dead End Street hasn't had a proper release since the DVD. Now, it was mentioned that Vinegar Syndrome has a release. It's part of their, like, it's like a 3-movie set or something like that. And I heard that one's bad too in the extras of that movie. So that would be one I wouldn't mind kind of seeing a good. I've heard about it. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard about it, you know.
I've got the DVD, but I've never opened it because, like you say, it was out of print for a long time, and I was always
that's
scared
the best version of it from what he says. Yeah, that's the best version of it. That's what he says. And he says even that version, it's really grainy of a film. Since it was shot on video, I believe. I don't know. It's for what he said.
It's completely fucked up, apparently. No, obviously never seen it, but
like Super 8 or something.
No, shot on film probably. Shot on VHS maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
I have a Super 8 camera I got from my father. So I used it one time, but I really want to get into that again. It's really cool, the format.
Yeah.
By the way, Gizmo, how's everything going with the film, man? With your movie?
It's going good. I'm 2 days or 3 days in the editing now for the rough cut, so I need to be finished with that within 2 weeks, and then we get a new editor on board that really knows what she is doing. I just know how to put the movie together. She knows how to get the actors act good in the editing room. So
right,
it's our own profession. So anybody who say they can direct and edit are liars. It's two different things.
Is that going to get a decent
unless you're
Blu-ray or
Kubrick
DVD release?
I don't know yet. This is the first film I made that we are going to put on cinema, but we haven't got a distribution company behind us yet because we want to sell it when it's done. Since we have only put our own money into it, it's we can actually make some money out of it because that will be.
You're going to do the festival circuit with it as well.
It's not a horror film, so I think that we will try to get it into some important festivals. I did this, but not important for me, but important for the world in many ways, or the important people. I don't know, but we'll see.
They're important enough, right, to get it out there, right? Get publicity on it, get some eyes.
I'm just used to the horror circus, and that's something I always loved. But I don't think this movie fits straight into like Screamfest or Fantastic Fest, and even the big one in London. Is that Screamfest or I don't remember? But they have a really big Fright Fest. Yeah, thank you. So
is what's the name of the movie?
It's just a working title now, but it's called Stress. So it's I don't want to spoil anything, but I would say that it's more or less like we are in the streets of Henry's Portrait of a Serial Killer mixed with Night House or something like that. It's a mixture between.
Love it.
Wow.
It's the first time I haven't done a horror exploitation film, so I'm nervous. Suddenly they have to take me serious, or at least if they don't, then I fail. So fuck. If you make horror, you don't need to be taken serious, you know.
If Lucio Fulci can do it, you can do it. Gizmo, you're fine.
But I don't know if Lucio Fulci could make a drama or a thriller. But the thing is that with him, what I love about him is that he didn't care. He just did what he wanted to do, and that's why the movies are so fucking fun.
Yeah.
It's like even The Devil's Honey, that's a sexploitation kind of thriller. I think it works in every angle, and he was a master, kind of a pioneer in many ways.
He was really good at getting all the right people too.
Yeah.
In all the different departments to make a film.
Except Dario Argento. He did it too late.
Black Cat, though. Black Cat is a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Dude, that's the best version of I think I've seen of that. So
yeah.
That's a highly underrated Fulci too.
It's too bad that because I've seen there's 2 or 3 different versions of Mask of the Red Death and stuff like that. I would love to have seen if Fulci would have done a version of that movie. I think he would have killed it.
I love the Corman version, man, with Vincent Price. Mask of the Red Death?
Yeah, Mask of the Red Death.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Edgar Allan Poe story or poem or whatever like that. It's really it's
a really good movie, man. Roger Corman, probably his best damn movie, in my opinion. But.
So Chris, have you seen Your Vices of Locked Room and Only I Have the Key?
I have not seen that one yet.
Yeah,
there's a few Fulcis I've watched. But
that's
yeah,
Martino. That's a Martino. But it's a Black Cat. Yeah. It's a Black Cat story too.
Yeah,
Edgar Allan Poe.
Next one I'll probably watch Jaleo Wise is in the yellow essential set, and that's Torso. I've heard really good things about Torso.
Oh hell yeah, man! Torso.
Fuck me, man. You're in for the
fucking
treat
right.
for that.
But Your Vice is right there. Now, to me, Your Vice is better film.
There's Torso. What have they done to your daughters? You know, I just recently got from Vinegar Syndrome, of course, 5 Women for the Killer. And yeah, that's a hate Jaleo, as I like calling them and stuff like that. Seeing the trailer for that, I'm like going, oh yeah. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I haven't
so
seen
Torso,
it yet
what you're going to get with Torso is pretty much a full-on slasher film.
Absolutely.
It's one of the first,
yeah.
You could call it a giallo, but to me, it's a full-on slasher film. It's one of the best as well.
It is, man.
So yeah, in for a right treat with that one.
Well, let's stop talking about crap and let's talk about real movies.
Infernal Rapist.
Infernal Rapist.
I need to get Steve on from Dead Pit.
Is that any good?
I liked it actually because the thing is that it's so crazy, but it's kind of pushed down, if you understand. Like it's all over the place story wise, but they managed to like don't go way overboard with effects and all that shit. So it's kind of dark and it feels like a little bit like Ebola syndrome without that much rape in it. So it's but it's just as dark as Ebola syndrome, and the main guy in this is really fun. He's crazy as hell.
There's a lot of rape fucking going on in that one.
No, not that much. I was actually pleasantly surprised that they.
No necrophilia.
There is one scene that will never get away from your head, but this was like this reverse cover.
Man. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah. I've seen it 2 times, so it's worth a watch.
Damn.
Okay.
Nice.
We're still getting over watching Necromantic for next week's stream. Fuck me, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I went into that not knowing what to expect. You know, obviously with the title, like you should do, but that pet rabbit scene was rough, man.
Oh no.
Because Dirk, like originally Dirk said, I thought it was going to be like a wild rabbit or something, but fuck me, man.
Yeah.
I don't know brood or anything, but man.
Yeah, I mean the rabbit thing don't bother me because shit, I was skinning them when I was fucking 7, 8 years old. I mean, you know, it ain't.
Yeah, but this is a fucking pet rabbit, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's rough.
I look at them like fucking stew meat, you know. So, but hey, I'll be right back, man.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to films like that, I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to watch them, not because of the subject matter. It just doesn't do anything for me. Nothing. Like I just can't get with it in any way, shape, or form.
I have to work my way up to watching a lot of stuff. Like when Brad first showed his Untold story, I'm like going, okay, sure, I'll watch that and stuff. I have it, the unearthed version of that, and Ebola Syndrome. I mean, Untold Story has a great category 3 doc on that. I'll give it that. But there's a scene in there with the woman and stuff like that. You can't get that out of your head at all. I can't. Great scenes under the table, by the way. It seems that the cameraman likes to put stuff under the table there. A scene with children, of course, like that. I'm like, oh, and so this is what this is about. Okay, great movie, but I'm like going, man, some stuff you can't get out of your head. Another one I really get is another one of Brad's picks and stuff like that. Incubus. I heard that movie's really good. For what it is. You got to go into movies like that with an open mind. So I get into movies like that with an open mind. So if it's good, it's good.
Is that the one from 1981 or 1982? You're right.
So it's basically what a succubus is, except it's a male demon.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Man,
what it does. You know,
that's a good film. That's definitely got a what the fuck ending though.
What movie?
That's what I heard.
Which one are you talking about?
Incubus.
Yeah. Pretty good.
There's a scene I guess Brad mentioned where the the doctor shows a big vial of all this. You think it's blood, it's not blood. It's something else. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So it's like
sperm or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a wild film, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's the other one he likes as well? Is it Prometheus? Fucking hell! He sent me the link to that trailer. The trailer alone, there's about 14 beheadings in it, just in the fucking trailer. You know what I mean? I'm going, Brad, dude, I can't watch this.
The director from Prometheus is Olaf Ittenbach, and he came out later than Jörg Buttgereit, so it was like he was trying to take over the market that Jörg had. So I remember the days really well when Prometheus arrived, and he had another one also called
Count Yorga.
Yeah, but he had a one where he made a movie out of a video game without paying the license for it. So, but he never got caught, I think, actually. But yeah.
Good deal. Okay, guys, I have to head out. Got to get ready for work. Thank you very much for all you awesome people. It's an honor to be here with you all.
Yeah, man. And, thanks for joining us.
Nice meeting you, Chris.
Yeah. See you all in the next one. Y'all take care.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah. I guess the last one I was going to mention was Death Dream, man. Bob Clark's Death Dream.
Okay.
I saw that one. But,
I've not seen that.
I didn't like that one, to be honest. It's very, it's atmospheric and all that, but for me, it was kind of a little bit too slow.
It's slow, but I recommend to watch it again. Like,
I've been told
I know that sounds kind of crazy to say, you know, give it another try, but on the first watch, it's definitely slow. But knowing what it's about, it's got a big message, you know.
Yeah.
It's a subtle message, though. It's not beating you over the head like so many movies do nowadays. You know, it's not preaching to you what you need to do or know what you need to think. That's why I can't stand a lot of this new shit. You know, but it's like anyway, the guy Andy, he's a Vietnam. He goes to Vietnam, and he gets somebody comes to his parents and tells them that he was killed in the war. And they never say Vietnam, but you know, you're guessing, okay, Vietnam. Right. But so then hours later, he shows up at the door and he's in his full uniform and shit. And he's all, you know, they're like, what the hell? But it's very creepy, atmospheric, like Darren was saying. But there's a deeper message behind it, is what I think. It's an anti-war film kind of, but it's very subtle, you know. It's not, like I said, it don't beat you over the head with it. But have y'all seen it?
No, I've not seen it.
I have, but I don't remember anything from it. That and that movie Whip and the Body was the two first films I bought that was kind of weird.
It's also Tom Savini's first film.
Right. That's right, yeah.
So, like,
he came back from Vietnam, didn't he, as well? Like,
Right.
few years
And
before, which is
he
quite
was helping.
ironic.
He helped on the special. He wasn't like the lead guy, you know. Yeah, yeah, man. But
Probably
yeah,
saw
man,
it 5 years ago or something.
I like it. I like it on the second watch. I like it better on the second one.
I think I was expecting a little bit too much, having, you know, obviously Black Christmas is a complete classic.
Yeah,
So
this is
maybe it was a bit of
before.
that as
This
well.
is right before Black Christmas.
Yeah.
And
He's done a zombie film as well, didn't he? Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
Yep.
Like
Oh,
a
fuck,
few
I
years
haven't
after.
seen it.
I know. Yeah, I know that one.
yeah, he did that after. And I was listening to the special features. The guy that wrote Death Dream, he said that they went and seen Night of the Living Dead, and they were like, "Hey, let's make a ripoff movie. Children should play with Dead Things." So
I can see that. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I recommend it, man. If I mean, I like all Bob Clark shit that I've seen. So, and it's bizarre that he made Porky's and fucking Christmas Story and Black Christmas and
Yeah.
But
Someone who could make any genre really, comedy, drama, anything. Like he's on
you
about
see some of the
40
shots in Death Dream though. Like I see some of the shots in Death Dream. It looks like Halloween almost. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
this is
visually,
before
yeah, I'll
Halloween
give it that.
and before Black Christmas. Is the POV shots of the outside of the house and shit. Yeah, it's a good one, man. But it is slow as hell. I'll give you that. But,
Yeah, you've got to be in a certain mood, like, for that one.
yeah. Let's see. I got some people talking.
Well, just to follow up what Tony was saying about when it comes to rough movies to watch and stuff like that, you don't get much out of it if it's just focus on rough stuff. I don't have that at all, but for me it's more a problem if a movie is. I can give two examples. You have seen Thriller, right? Swedish one.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Tony?
No.
Okay, but have you seen Lilia Forever? It's another Swedish film that was really like on Cannes and everywhere.
No.
Those two movies takes up the same kind of subject, but the Thriller came like 20 years before Lilia Forever. And I struggle much more to see Lilia Forever than I do with Thriller, because Thriller are more into like the explicit stuff, while Lilia Forever is more about the psychological terror.
Yeah.
And sometimes movies get too hard for me when it comes to that. Like Come and See, the Russian war movie, for an example. I can't see that for like 5 years probably in the future. It's too heavy to see again, and it doesn't show actually anything.
Plays with the mind a little bit.
Yeah, I struggle more with those films than I do with explicit stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think my thing is, and if you look at all this shit sat behind me here, is that if I'm watching a film, if I'm sitting down to watch something, it's got to take me out of a real world scenario. So it's got to be something that I watch that couldn't actually happen. I know that sounds stupid, but that's why I'm into the whole sci-fi stuff, into the whole fantasy stuff, the sword and sorcery stuff. It's why I like more of the 80s style action films. The straight up horror. I don't get me wrong. I do like horror as a genre, but I'm really selective with it, and I'm really fucking picky with it. I can't just watch anything. So it's hard to. It's when some of you guys, when we do these streams or videos and stuff like that, it's hard for me to sometimes pick up on a title that's mainstream, could be mainstream as fuck, but the chances are I have never seen it. Because it's too real world. It's stuff that could physically actually happen. And for me to watch a film, I need to be taken away from that. I need to be taken out of it. And I know that sounds a bit bizarre and a bit peculiar, but it's...
no.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. I mean, because really, like a lot of times you're watching something, you want to get away from reality. So
yeah. I can't do thrillers. I can't do crime dramas. I can't do sort of like real life horror stuff.
Yeah.
It just westerns. There's a couple of spaghetti westerns I like. The rest of them I just cannot watch. It's got to be a film has to take me away from a real life scenario for me to watch it and enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's.
Yeah.
I know that sounds, like I said, quite bizarre, but it's.
Yeah.
Dead fucking hell, definitely not Showgirls. Jesus.
Hey,
Fuck off.
Be nice, be nice.
Give over, dude. Give
Be
over.
nice.
We did that watch along, and it was fucking horrendous. I remember it being bad. I didn't remember how bad it actually was.
Be nice.
It was bad enough. I never seen it again. So,
It's bad, but it's entertaining. It's definitely entertaining.
okay. Well, that's subjective, I guess.
Yeah.
Some films are that bad that they're good.
Right.
That film is that bad. It is fucking bad. You know what I mean? It's like there's no redeeming feature for it for me.
That's how it was.
It's just
for me.
tits and ass. I can see that anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing it and I was like, you know, and then people were like, Gizmos told me the other day, well, this is a satire. And I'm like, bullshit, that's a cop out. That motherfucker, it's just a bad movie and they try to say it was a satire.
I give you 10 fucking reasons why it's a satire. It's impossible that it's not a satire. It's Paul Verhoeven who made it. He has made only satires. Yeah. And on top of that, every 10 reasons I gave you, Dirk, none of them could have been like just happening out of the flute, or how you say. It is a satire.
Yeah, I love I've always got that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it is, man, but I just
it's
thought
definitely tongue in cheek. There's no way that's the serious film.
I was like,
yeah.
Are they acting that bad on purpose? I mean, you know.
I think Paul Verhoeven actually casted really bad actors and good actors together, and he made the good actors go way overboard when it came to acting because everything was like fucked up in the movie. It's the opening line of the film. I don't remember it right now, but when she says it, that's the flow of the entire film.
Yeah, because her acting in it is horrendous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's piss poor. It's really bad.
Yeah, it is. It's like the worst sex scene ever.
Yeah, but just compare it with all the other films. He doesn't do bad acting in films. So,
but then he's got Carl McLachlan in there. Carl McLachlan's a good actor. I like Carl McLachlan. He's done some great films. But in that, he's fucking lousy. You might be onto something there, because I don't know, man. You might be onto something though.
I think Paul Verhoeven wanted to put shit on America again, just the way he did with RoboCop and just the way he did with Starship Troopers that came out 2 years later, though. But like, I think he loves America, but he hates America at the same time. And I think that's a love and hate relationship he has. So when he made Showgirls, that was just fuck all of you, because you know, I think it was something like that. It's and that's why I love it. It's just a satire of what did I say, that line, Dirk? The famous quote in America: "You have all the possibilities," or
what
opportunities? The land of opportunities, isn't that the saying?
Are you talking about America?
Yeah,
American saying.
Yeah.
Oh, in the land of opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think that's the fucked up thing with the story, because it starts like Coyote Ugly and it goes like towards the ending, and suddenly it goes into fucking rape territory, and it's like going really dark, and in the ending there is no happy ending. It's like that's life.
To be fair, I haven't seen the shit since it came out on VHS. That's when I first seen it. But
yeah, I mean,
I watched it the same night I watched The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, and I did see and it's a fucking awful movie too. But I have seen The Hand That Rocks the Cradle again, and I haven't seen Showgirls yet. So,
yeah. Well, like I said, when we did the watch along with Showgirls, it's been a long while since I watched it, and yeah, immediately it screams at you that it's not good. I
see. I'm gonna get to the chat right quick. See.
Now I get shit through the chat because I still talk about Showgirls.
Chubbs, man, what's going on? He says Ninja Scroll is fire.
Yeah,
we're way back because that was when Chris was in here. Let's see. Remember seeing a young Tobey Maguire on Erie, Indiana?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's in it. I don't remember that.
Texas says House on. Okay, Dead End Street, I think.
Is he the lead in that series, or I don't remember at all?
No.
House on Dead Street is hidden on the movie Corruption. Okay. Hey,
Right,
Chubbs. Let's see. Don't worry, Gizmo. This will be better than Last Airbender. What movie,
Are we talking about?
I don't know.
Showgirls.
No. I know Showgirls in every way possible. So we're actually seeing it tomorrow at the B movie night thing we have every month. So
cool.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Any movie, was that your pick?
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
But they hadn't seen Starship Troopers, RoboCop, and I showed them for the first time, and they were like shocked. And you got to remember when Starship Troopers was released, everybody hated Starship Troopers. Was, of course,
fucking loved it.
Listen, there was fan bases out there like cult. It started off as a cult movie.
Yeah.
But the critics fucking hated that film. They thought it was a fascist kind of movie, that it was like the stupidest movie ever made. And but it built up to be one of the best sci-fi movies ever. So, in my book, though.
So some of the people that you're showing this film to tomorrow night had never seen RoboCop.
No.
Damn.
Who the fuck hasn't seen RoboCop?
Many people, they are not into sci-fi. Our dog is probably into sci-fi, but I don't know. It's kind of the 80s action. It came out a shitload of movies and yeah.
Let's see.
But they had a blast.
Holland says, "Don't worry." Oh yeah, we said that. Texas says, "I love Torso." Holland says, "Infernal Rapist has some of the best lasers I've ever seen. Movie is not good. I don't trust it." Wild Wrangler says, "Y'all seen Incubus 2011?" No, I don't think. Maybe. Spicy 4K.
I think that's got Robert England in the 2011 one.
What's going on, man? Hey, spicy. So, Dirk, you like Baby Geniuses by Bob Clark? No.
What the fuck is that?
That's not really my thing. I remember when that came out. I didn't realize. I think I heard that he did it, but when it first came out, I didn't realize that was Bob Clark doing that shit.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's like a cartoon. Ain't it? No, it's not a cartoon. It's live action with babies and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, he does so many different genres, or he did. He's gone now. But let's see. Dirk, I will have to watch Death Dream. Yeah, man. I'd say check it out. Showgirls felt like it was an hour longer than it is.
Okay, I don't trust Holland anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know about an hour longer. Fucking 2 hours longer than he should be.
Yeah.
Love for Showgirls. Come on.
It's kind of like the title of this stream here. It's supposed to be an hour to kill, right?
But, yeah, 4 hours to kill.
Yeah, 4 hours. Let's see, Chubbs. They won't take you seriously, Gizmo, unless you make something like Showgirls.
I don't have the budget.
Right. Let's see. Gizmo might be on to something with Showgirl satire, but I don't want to watch it again to confirm. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. It ends the way it started. I did like that.
Yep.
Let's see. Texas. You've never seen anything more spectacular than Showgirls in the theater with drag queens dancing in the aisles.
I don't want to watch that. So take it.
Shit.
I can only imagine that.
Fucking smoking cigars and shit, huh? God damn. Oh man.
It'd be like watching Fight for Your Life, in like with a load of black people around you.
Imagine that, right? Going to the theater to see that fucking movie back in 77.
I think I mentioned it before, but 42nd Street Pete actually, he's big in the grind days back in the day and all that. He said he actually watched that and there was like 50 black people around him. He said, "Hey, the fuck he got out of that theater alive, we don't know."
I'm saying, like, it seemed like it's just that movie's trying to start some shit, kind of by the marketing, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't like to have experienced that.
To be fair, it's quite clever how they marketed it from both points of view.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
I still haven't seen that black exploitation musical Dirk was talking about.
Yeah.
Man. It's pretty one-sided though. Like as far as who you're gonna root for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah.
You're sure as hell not rooting for the convicts, and they're pieces of shit.
Yeah, he's absolute fucking dirtbag, isn't he?
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, man. You got anything going anytime soon, Gizmo, on your channel?
No, I think I will do probably a review or something like I did way before, just one video a month or something. Yeah. Like where I go through 50 titles or something I've seen last month and just quick go through them.
Okay.
I don't know when, but I'm really into the editing right now, so it's hard to just have time to do anything other.
It's so you're doing the editing on your, but you're doing the first draft, I guess you'd say, right?
Yeah, the rough cut. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's interesting, man. It's some interesting shit. Like the whole filmmaking process is pretty damn interesting to me.
But that's when you get scared, you know, because you see all the flaws you have done that you don't remember before you see it in the editing room, before you can start fixing the flaws. So you see all the shit, and then you just get really scared. Oh fuck, can we work around this? And you know, so if there's one costume flaw or one makeup flaw or whatever, then you start get nervous, and then you can't sleep, and then you need to edit more, and then yeah. So, but I'm halfway there now. So for now, it looks good. So that's good.
Oh yeah. Well, man, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about or bring up? Or
I just want to say I saw this film that everybody was talking about, and I thought it was a piece of shit.
Oh yeah,
I like the game and everything.
But I heard that documentary sucked. Yeah,
it was really bad. Yeah, documentary. It was. Yeah. I thought it was really bad, but I'm not into that retro kind of stuff. So
what, badly made or badly informed?
The first 30 minutes is like, I don't know that much about the game. I just remembered it like I used to play it, but I felt that I knew everything that it was saying for the first 30 minutes without actually knowing that I knew it, if you understand.
Yeah.
So it was like, it felt like me making that documentary without knowing anything about the game, just remembering stuff.
Nothing new that they needed to tell you.
Yeah, the last part of the film, they go into some shit that I didn't know and stuff, but I was bored when the first 30 minutes were gone. Like I just wanted it to end.
It's a bit of a funny one to do a documentary about, because as far as vintage video gaming goes, GoldenEye, everyone fucking remembers it because it was bundled with the console. So it's not as though it was like an underground gem or a hidden classic or anything like that. It got fucking sold with the console. So it was a weird one to do a documentary about. I could understand them doing a documentary on the N64 or some weird titles that were made by hold on a minute. Is my internet dropping out like crazy then?
Yeah.
No, you're back.
Just a little bit, not too bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Is it back on now? I don't know what happened. It just seemed a really weird one for them to pick up and try and do something with, because it's a game that everyone knows and loves. If you're of a certain age and you was an N64 player, then you'll know GoldenEye inside and out. It was a weird one to choose.
And it's also boring to watch, you know, because back then the game was pretty high tech when you played it. It was looking good and stuff. But now watching like 10 minutes of shit from the game, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
So it was also boring to see like the stuff from the game today, because it looks terrible. So for me, it didn't work at all.
I see my wife. She's saying, hey guys, just popped in to say hi, welcome Gizmo and Masters of the 80s.
Hello.
Hi Tasha.
That's my beautiful wife. Holland said, "Hey, Mrs. Hall."
You're quite blessed that your wife wants to watch you do this kind of stuff, mate. My wife will not watch anything I do on YouTube. She just cringes at everything I do. She has not watched one single video that I've done.
It's the same disease in my house, so that's.
Well,
yeah, my last girlfriend didn't give a shit about horror films or anything, so it was like a bit of a struggle just to even watch stuff with her.
yeah. Well, she don't like a lot of the stuff I like as far as, you know, the crazy shit I'm watching. You know, she likes a lot of the true crime type stuff. You know.
Yeah,
But
it's cool just to have her supporting you, though. You know, fully
oh
beyond.
yeah. That's
Because you'd be
awesome.
surprised that some people don't. You know.
Right.
This one also I watched. It was a good one.
Is that
Stray.
another animal? Is that like
Yeah,
Milo and
that's-
Otis or something?
No. That's a documentary about stray dogs. But
I've
it
heard
was
some bad shit about Milo and Otis.
yeah, about the production.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've heard as well. Yeah.
But it's kind of good because they're following these dogs for fucking, I think it's 2 years or something, and there are like stray dogs in Spain or Italy. I don't remember that, but no, it was in the Middle East, Turkey. And I rewatched this one, of course.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
That's
I
a
love
great
it.
one. That's a great one.
The funniest thing with this film is Sam Neill. He's like overacting 10 times, and it works perfectly in the film. It's so funny.
I've
I
heard
love
that's
that
a
damn
film
movie.
you either love or hate. I've never seen it myself, but
Oh
a lot of
shit.
people like they either champion it like fuck or they just.
I
don't
love
like
that
it, so
shit, man.
no way
It's
between.
you know, you can honestly, like, to me, it's almost like Clive Barker must have seen that movie. Because
Right. Okay.
if you watch Possession, you'll see Hellraiser. I know I brought Hellraiser up a minute ago, but
Right.
you really see Hellraiser in Possession. And it's odd because Sam Neill's in that one too. So the fuck? What's the link with Sam Neill in these Hellraiser-like films, you know?
It's Jurassic Park. And next one,
Yeah, he's definitely there with them.
I finally got to see this film. Never seen it
Oh
before.
man, that's an awesome movie.
It was really good. Yeah.
Is
How'd
that
you
the Sean Penn one?
pillowcase? That pillowcase
Yeah.
scene.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
Did you
love
like that
film.
that pillowcase scene
Pillowcase in. What's pillowcase?
with the cokes in the pillowcase?
But what's a pillowcase?
The pillowcase, like for your pillow.
Oh, for pillow. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about
I
on
saw
Bad
it.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
So, Tony will probably remember a film called Scum.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind of-
Yeah.
That's kind of our equivalent of Bad Boys.
yeah.
Sean Penn.
Think he did a good release of Scum. Indicator.
Right, yeah, really good.
That's
It's
good,
like two
man.
versions of that because they did
Yeah.
do a play, didn't they? Like a play type version.
Yeah.
And then, but that film's fucking brutal.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
have to, I've been meaning to bring it up on the Eurocult podcast to do maybe. See what Dirk, Steve, and Dana think of that. Scum.
Called
Yeah.
Scum.
Scum.
Yeah,
Yeah, SCUM.
it's gonna get a
kinda like-
reaction out of you.
Is it kind of like bum fights? You ever
No,
seen
it's a prison
Okay.
film
Okay.
about inmates. And there's one particular scene with a pool ball in a sock,
Yeah.
and it's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
There's
man, I
a-
like those prison flicks. Like,
Without spoiling things as well, there's like a really horrendous like rape scene as well in like a garden house type thing. It's it's
Yeah.
brutal.
pretty hard.
There was a movie from England called something like, I think it's called Hooligans.
Right, yeah.
But
Yeah,
there is two. There is one with Elijah Wood that was remade. I think or wasn't there an old one
Green
called-
Street, you're on about, yeah?
Green Street is the one with Elijah Wood.
Yeah, but the other
Um,
one is called Hooligans, or
Yeah,
There's
well,
one
the-
called
the-
Football
what-
Factory.
Football Factory, yeah, was the one that started it
Ah.
all with Danny Dyer.
That's
I
right,
saw
it's
it
a
back
great
in the
film.
days with a friend. So a friend, I remember it was really good.
Yeah, Football Factory is a decent film. It's a bit tongue in cheek. It's about football violence within the UK. That's what the whole film's premise is.
Yeah.
And they are Chelsea fans. And the whole story evolves around Chelsea join Millwall in an FA Cup round, and these two rival factions go into war, and then it's all really good till that bit happens. Then it's just laughable. It's like one group of fans shoot another group of fans with a flare gun, and I'm going, where the fuck's he got a flare gun from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's okay.
But there is a movie. Maybe it's not that one I'm thinking of, where you're following one like two of the hooligans or something, and one of them is pretty young, and they get in pretty rough like fights and stuff.
Yeah, that's the Elijah Wood one.
Elijah Wood.
Oh, that's the Elijah Wood one, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's an American that's come over to England to visit his cousin, I think it is. And his cousin's a massive. Is he a Manchester United fan? I can't think now.
I don't know.
No, he's a West Ham. He's a West Ham fan, isn't he? He's a West Ham fan, and he takes him to the West Ham games, and he sort of like indoctrinates him within the football hooligan scene. But as an American, he just doesn't understand it. He just doesn't get it at all. Then slowly, as the film goes on, he fucking really gets into it.
Yeah.
There's a better film than that from the early 80s called ID.
Man, yeah,
which is a fantastic film, which starts off about football violence, and he's an undercover police officer that gets in with I think it's Chelsea again, or no, Shadwell. It's a made-up team. He sort of goes undercover. He gets involved with these hooligans. He indoctrinates himself. He gets into it massively. That all he wants to do on a Saturday afternoon is kick people's heads in, and then I'll have to drop the spoiler to tell you what happened. But at the end, he ends up
is crazy, man.
Yeah, he gets indoctrinated into something else even further, and it shows you his slide down from one side of being a policeman right to the end till he gets into something really fucking highbrow at the end, and it goes off. That's really good idea if you come across that.
I don't think that's got certainly haven't got a Blu-ray. It might have
like from the 80s or 90s?
I don't think it is. I would say early 90s ID.
Okay.
Again, we had a massive state of those sort of like football hooligan films. There was loads of them. But then they sort of died away a bit, and then Football Factory with Danny Dyer is where the
it's just ID, right?
Like, ID, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
watch that guy's whole like descent into craziness, really.
Yeah,
and like Tony said at the end, he gets into something a little bit more deeper than football.
Yeah, it's the guy's been in loads. Rhys Dindale.
Yeah, he was in like a UK comedy, Home to Roost.
Home to Roost. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other films that he would have been in.
Can't think of any films.
The movie I feel everybody has forgotten about that I really love is Bronson.
Yeah.
You mentioned that. I still need to see that shit. It's got
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah. So that's a true story, right?
Yeah,
based on a true story.
But
is that to do with Charles Bronson and the prisoner?
Yeah, the prisoner. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I've never.
And that's his best role to date, in my opinion, of everything I've seen. He's terrifying in that film. I was scared of the dude.
Is that like the guy, like that they made that movie on? There's a iconic picture of a guy doing like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I just put one and one together. I don't know.
He's pretty much supposed to be one of the hardest men in the UK.
Right.
He's in prison. I think he's 71 now, and he's still fucking gonna look after himself. You know. He's trying to get parole, isn't he?
He is. He's looking to get parole. What happened with Bronson? The proper story of him is he was given a prison sentence for like a minor misdemeanor and went into prison to serve a couple of years, I think. And he ended up liking and loving prison life that much that he was doing stuff inside prison to extend his sentence.
Damn.
To the point where he just became part of the furniture.
He became institutionalized.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he was his favorite thing to do was dirty protest. So he would dirty protest the cell. So basically shitting all over everywhere. And then when they wanted to clean him up, they would knowing exactly what he was going to do, he would strip off. They would give him bars of soap to wash himself down. But what he wanted them to do was try and get hold of him. But because he was naked and full of soap, he was fucking him up royally. It was taking serious amount of prison guys. No, he was kicking fucking hell. Yeah. But the whole mindset of the dirty protest was to get to that point, so he could get covered in soap and twat prison officers. You know what I mean? You're thinking, what the fuck?
Damn.
He basically covered himself in shit.
Movie. What the fuck?
But it seems like he loves to get punched in the face. That he loves pain or.
But after 30 or 40 years of doing that, now he's gone up against the parole board and said, "Listen, I'm completely sane. Will you please let me out?" And they've gone, "Fuck off, you fucking nut job."
He's a glutton for punishment. Huh?
There's another thing to that story though. Is he had his basically the last few years he's had his son. Apparently, his son come forward to try and help him. Come out, and they realised he was just an undercover journalist. So it's another end to that story. So that's become massive as well now.
He's been let out before, but doesn't do being out of prison very well. They would always have to assign him back to his parents, and his parents were quite old, and they couldn't fucking look after him. So he would just end up back inside again. But what they did for a while, they put him into a mental institute because they thought there was something physically wrong with him. So they were trying to fill him. I think they were trying to fill him full of lithium at the time to try and make him docile. But what he was doing was he was putting it in his mouth. They were thinking he'd swallowed it. Then he was taking it out of his mouth. And like the patients at the side of him, he was fucking giving it to them. So he was completely sober the whole time he was in this mental institute, but just playing him at the wrong game.
He was a lovable guy.
He was in with the craze, wasn't he? He was in with the craze and all that in the mental hospital.
Yeah, but he's like, I think he's the longest serving person in prison now. That only originally went in for like a 2-year stretch, I think.
Yeah, he's never killed anyone.
For violence. I think he got no
exactly.
Killed he was just got sent down for violence.
Never killed anyone. Never messed with kids or anything like that. And he's
nothing.
The longest serving prisoner.
Damn, he did 2 years for a misdemeanor.
Yeah,
that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
You get slapped on the wrist
18
here.
months. I can't think what it was for. It was assault or a fray. I can't think what it was for. But he got 2 years. But the problem was he liked it that much. His sentence kept getting fucking pushed further and further back because he was causing problems in prison.
I've known people like that though, man. Like they can't deal with the outside life.
There's no way he'd last 5 minutes on the outside, in my opinion.
No.
There's just no way. Because you'd have youngsters want to have a pop with him as well to make them kind of famous. And he's 71 now as well. And there's no way he'll come out.
I mean, I think he also sat atop Strangeways prison and during the Strangeways prison riots and threw slates at police officers.
Brick slate, yeah.
He's done all kinds of things. He's more of a celebrity, to be honest.
Right. I'm going to see this damn movie now.
The guy's just more of a celebrity now than a prisoner.
But the most interesting thing with the movie is actually Tom Hardy, how good he acts.
Yeah. Well,
he's really good at it.
Now I'm
interested. He's really good.
You get a chance to look at his interviews on YouTube. He's quite well spoken and quite he comes out with some cracking lines and stuff. But yeah, I'll have to watch it. I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, my watch list.
Yeah, some time back, a couple of years ago, we went to I want to say like an antiques fair. Not close where we live, good few miles away. And as I was mooching around, there was loads of shit that I wasn't interested in. I came across like a little stall in a corner, and he had a few bits of movie memorabilia and stuff like that. But there was an A1 cinema poster for Bronson with Tom Hardy on the front, with a signature that looked like Tom Hardy's signature, but they couldn't be sure if it was or it wasn't. And they only wanted 35 quid for it. And it was framed as well, but I didn't bother because they couldn't verify or authenticate the signature. I just left it.
Right. That poster probably be
Right,
worth
didn't
that
have the-
on its own.
The certification or nothing.
Mm.
So it wasn't certified. What you're saying?
No, there was nothing with it. And the people that own the place, they weren't shooing either.
You collect quite a bit of autographs, right, Tony? Or no?
I've got the odd one of two. I'm not a big autograph chaser. I'll be honest, I don't like spending my money on. Well, it's really expensive now. At one time when you could get like £20 autographs at conventions and stuff, yeah, fine. I'm not chasing autographs now for £60, £80 a time. It's and then just turning up to a convention and just queuing all day just to get one autograph. I've got past that really.
We're going to Texas Frightmare, and
Cool.
There's a lot of people going to be there. It's a big deal this year. Well, every year they got so many damn people. Carpenter's going to be there. Sam Raimi's going to be there. A bunch of people, but the one that I'm really going to go after is Barbara Steele.
Yeah, definitely.
And I doubt she's going to have a big line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people are going to know who Barbara Steele is. Not like they would Carpenter. Nick Castle's going to be there.
Right.
There's going to be a shit ton. All the Killer Clowns people are going to be there. You know,
I can't think of anyone I'd really stand in like 8 hours apart from Dario Argento.
I'm not standing six. Now, last year I stood 6 hours for Robert Englund.
No chance.
So, well, you don't technically stand. You can sit down and shit. But
yeah.
But still, man, it's all damn day to get that autograph. And I'm not. You know, you got to. They did it different this year. There's only 400 VIP tickets.
Right.
So if you're not one of them guys, you're more than likely not even going to get to fucking meet the people.
Yeah.
So. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, all the conventions I do know are really small conventions.
Yeah.
I mean, I've mentioned before, a very good friend of mine, Dave Kennedy. He's a comic book artist, but he works for John Carpenter. He's just been signed on to Star Wars to do the Jackson comic for Star Wars. He does the convention scene. I go to the smaller conventions with him. I've got to meet a few people there. And the best one recently was Chris Barry from Red Dwarf fame and
Red Dwarf.
Tomb Raider. He played the butler in Tomb Raider, both movies. And Chris Barry was cool as fuck, like really fucking cool. And that's what I'd rather do now. I'd rather give them guys £25. You know what I mean? And they want to shoot the shit with you as well. So a friend of mine turned up and he had some copies of the old Red Dwarf magazine. And he was like, shit, I've not seen these in years. And he was chatting with my mate for a good 10 minutes just about these fucking magazines that my mate had like. And really nice guy, down to earth. I've chatted to a couple of the Doctor Who guys. I chatted to the guy. He had a booth right at the side of my friend. I can't think of the guy's name now. He played Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Oh damn!
He was a really nice guy. We chatted to him. Tom Baker was at the side of my friend a couple of months back at another convention. So yeah, it's cool. I'd rather do the smaller ones now. I mean, up towards your man like Telford way. He does the convention in Telford. There's one in Wrexham as well. I think there's a bigger one in Wrexham as well. I think.
How far away are y'all from each other, Anthony and Darren?
I'm probably South Wales, so you're talking.
Yeah, it's a bit further down. Yeah, so
you're Northern England, are you?
Yeah, north near Manchester, me.
So you're talking about
3 hours.
Oh shit!
Miles, something like that.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah,
not too bad.
He's further down on the coast than I am.
And what about you, Gizmo? How far away is Norway from the UK?
About 2 hours.
About a 3 hour flight.
I'm so confused on all that. Because I know a lot of times y'all say y'all are confused with the states. I get confused on how close y'all are. You know. But y'all are pretty much all around the same area, almost damn near 3 hours.
Yeah,
about
but the
3
biggest
or
problem
4.
in Europe is that if I'm at my father's place, it takes 5 hours to take a plane to England. But where I'm living now, it's 2.5 hours, because Norway is almost as long as the entire Europe.
Yeah.
So it's
Really?
like if you put Norway on side, it's almost as long as half of the states,
I need to look at a map so I get a better idea
or
because
more actually. I think
it's like
more.
3 hours for me to get to Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Center Europe is really like UK, Netherlands, France, Germany. Those are really close to each other.
Yeah, I mean, I can jump a plane and be in be in Spain in just over 2 hours.
Yeah. And to give some
Into
context,
northern
like
Spain.
I'm probably closer to France than I am to Tony.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's kind
Okay.
of weird that way.
Tony is like me. He's from the redneck country. I'm from redneck country in Norway. Tony is from the hillbilly.
Yeah. The northwest of England.
I'm not that familiar in England. I've only been in London, so I'm haven't traveled around.
I'm in the middle between Manchester and Liverpool. So same distance either side, about 25, 30 miles either way.
Oh,
I've got Manchester on one side, Liverpool on the other.
Okay.
Right,
How long
yeah,
time do you
they're
use
kind
to
of-
drive from the north to the south of UK?
Depends really. I mean, my in-laws live in Norfolk, which is on the east coast, and that's like just over a 5-hour drive from where I live to where they live. So if I'm going directly into London, probably add about another hour and a bit onto that. Nearly 5 hours for me from here to London.
And that's from the
if I'm-
north to
if
the
I'm-
south, or?
You mean from the top to the bottom, or from where I live to the bottom?
Yeah, from
to
the
bottom.
top to the bottom.
Oh man, that's fucking hell. About 14 hours, 16
Oh,
hours.
shit.
If you include Scotland, yeah.
Yeah. If you come from Scotland into southern England, yeah, about 16 hours, I think.
And to compare Norway, where I'm from, to the south, it takes 27 hours.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's quite hard to explain to people how small the UK actually is. It's tiny. You know what I mean? It's not a big place at all.
Literally an island, isn't it? You know, compared to
it's-
what America is like.
Yeah, I mean, you could
but still,
dump
you
the whole-
have like 40 million or something, don't you? For 50. 40.
It's a large population of people, yeah. But that large population are like congregated in main areas. You know what I mean? You can go to certain parts of the UK and not come across a single person. You know what I mean? It's quite weird. Yeah.
That's where I would live.
Well, that's where my wife's family lives. It's in the
I
middle
dig
of
it.
fucking nowhere.
I love the countryside, man.
Yeah,
me too.
I'm a city boy, so I'm used to hustling, bustling people. I prefer it
Right.
like that. When it's quiet,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
You are like Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson, yeah. cover myself in shit and hope for the best. But no, like, have you never been to the UK, Giz?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been to London. That's the
Been to
only
London.
place. 2 times.
Everyone tends to go to London, and it's the one place anybody coming to the UK, I tell them not to go to.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Just find somewhere else. Don't go to London.
I know so little about all that, but like recently watching Last Night in Soho.
Yes, that's
like,
London. That's central London.
Yeah, so Soho is like
red light district,
pretty much like New York City or something.
You know,
like 24 hours a day.
Kind of back in the early 80s, maybe. Yeah.
60s and 70s is where Soho had its day, really. You know what I mean? That part of London, like I said, red light districts, porn joints, peekaboo cinemas, all that kind of stuff. Adult sex shops, like even before it was like a big thing. Soho was the place to go. It's still a big place. It's still quite a cool place to go. But 60s and 70s was its main time.
Okay.
There is Soho in New York as well. They have one of the best video stores I ever visited in New York, in Soho.
Right.
Yeah, I've never been up north. I've never been out of the country. So.
I suppose living in the States, you don't really need to go out of the country. You know what I mean?
Right.
Flying into a different state is like going into a different country, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's weird. It's from an outside point of view looking in. You know what I mean? It's weird how it all works. States have different laws, and you know what I mean. It's quite bizarre. It's all one country, but different states have different laws. You know what I mean? It's
right. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like here in Texas, it's all open. Like you can open carry, you know, pistols. You know, just walk around with pistols and shit. You know? But you go up north, you got a bullet in your car. Your ass is going to jail if you don't have a permit. You know, it's different.
Yeah. It's the same here. You know what I mean? It's hard to describe here. I mean, it's a small island. Yeah, population is high, but then you've got different boroughs. Like basically, you've got 4 countries on one island, but it's fucking tiny. You know what I mean? England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and then within England alone, you know what I mean? There's loads of boroughs within England. So then you've got major cities, then major towns, then smaller towns, and it's. And
but
the
you have the same king and queen,
regional
right?
dialect.
Like
are the same what?
Like the same royalties, like the king and queen. They are the same for all countries plus Australia.
Yeah. No, that comes into the Commonwealth then. So then when you start talking about the Commonwealth, that gets even more fucking confusing.
Yeah, I don't understand shit.
Yeah, I'm lost like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
Because like within the Commonwealth, you've got fucking African nations and fucking you know what I mean. It's all over the shore. Australia, Canada. I think Canada not part of the Commonwealth as well. I'm sure they are. I think they've got the depiction of the king or queen on their notes and that. It's so the whole Commonwealth thing, and you can normally generally tell a Commonwealth country is they'll have a small Union flag within the main flag. So it is confusing. It is confusing.
Yeah. I see Wild Wrangler's got a question. He says, who would win Cenobites versus Nightbreed? It'd have to be the Cenobites.
Yeah, I would say.
I think so too.
Because I mean the Nightbreed are just they're not, I guess they're supernatural, but you know, you're talking about Cenobites from hell. Shit. You know. Yeah. Let's see, Wakewood. What is that?
That's a UK Hammer film.
Okay.
Hammer, the old cinema studios from years ago.
Are y'all big on the Hammer? On the Hammer stuff or no?
Yes.
I like certain.
I was before, but I need to watch the old classics again just to get into it. Because,
when I was growing up,
I've seen a lot of
they played all that shit. The Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, they played it all the time.
Yeah.
Like on Saturdays, they played it, and I was really into that shit, man.
Yeah, we used to get like a double bill on a Friday night and a Saturday night. I got that set actually. The
Damn. But that can't be them all, right?
There's 20 a pick of 21 of Hammer's favorite titles.
Probably their best, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's also a problem, Dirk, because what's the best? You have people who like the Hammers that are more into drama, and then you have the people who love the horror aspect of it. So it's, I don't actually understand Hammer.
Maybe I'm thinking what sold the most. I don't know.
As a studio, they tried to hand at everything. I mean, 10,000 BC. It's a great film. That's Hammer.
Yeah.
Hammer produced. It's one of my personal favorites. Hammer did a lot. They tried a lot. A lot worked. Some didn't. There's multiple good Hammer films that have been put out to Blu-ray. Twins of Evil. Hands of the Ripper.
I need to see that. I've been hearing a lot about that lately. Like several times that title keeps coming up. Twins of Evil.
Yeah. And if you're in the UK, I mean, I've got one of the things here now, but there's a company called Network.
Yeah, I have a lot from them.
UK. They put a hell of a lot of Hammer stuff out. They did the Hammer TV series on Blu-ray as well, and they're definitely worth a look at because their titles are extremely good and really cheap.
Yeah.
I had one title from them. I don't remember now, but I was so happy when I saw they released it. But I can't figure out the title right now.
Yeah,
It was something I've been looking for years, and
yeah. I mean, you see some of my stuff up there of it, but the company itself, Network, is a subsidiary of ITV. So the UK TV channel ITV, they own Network.
Yeah, I got all y'all's channels, by the way. Like, I have every channel. Like, if I don't want like Sky TV and shit, you know, I can do that.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the illegal kind. I know.
Oh no, it's
'Cause
completely
we
legal.
Yes.
We can get it. Yeah, you can get it. Like
The problem is, the problem is, Jack, there's fuck all on any of the channels, mate. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Any of the
I know.
UK stations is god awful now. General broadcasting TV within the UK is shockingly bad.
It's bad
It's
across
reality
the
all
board.
over,
Because
right?
I've flipped through all those channels, and if I want to watch something, I'll
sheer
just
garbage.
I'm gonna pull a title. You know.
the thing is, yeah, I've had all those channels as well, and mainly for the football. But I mean, you've got so many films around you. You're like me, obviously. I can see your places, there's so many films and so many opportunities to watch physical media. You don't really need, unless you're a football fan, you don't really need.
Especially because of special features, man. You're not gonna get that on, on the broadcast. You know?
Yeah,
It's interesting to see some of the American channels. So I find that quite interesting.
No, HBO, they show a lot of movies,
Yeah.
constantly. But like I said, man, I might as well just go pull a title, that I want to watch.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, don't get me wrong, back in the day, and again, this is probably looking at it with nostalgic rose-tinted glasses, that I don't know about you, man, but where we were in the UK when we first got cable TV, I can remember my parents having cable TV installed and just being fucking mind blown with it, with the channels that were on cable TV at that time. And there was channels, and I know there's still like iterations of them now, channels like TCM, channels like TNT. Bravo was a big one in the UK. I'd love
Bravo was big here too.
Yeah.
All those channels were fantastic. They showed everything I liked. It was good. If you look at it now, if you look at cable TV or Sky TV now, there is nothing on like that whatsoever. Right. Nothing. Normal free-to-air terrestrial channels in the UK, ITV, BBC, Channel 4, all that kind of, they don't show anything. Like nothing. They're not producing good shows. They're not making good shows. They're not buying good shows from other networks. They're doing nothing. You know what I mean? And see, over here as well, we have to purchase a TV license. So you need a license in the UK to own a colour television.
Damn.
Right.
Wait, so you pay your license fee for the year, which is about 160 quid, I think now, and you get fuck all for it. Just like there's just nothing on TV.
Yeah. No.
Just wait 2-3 years, then you will be where we are. We had that before. Now they actually takes it out of our tax paying, so it's totally fucked now. Before I could lie and say that I don't use TV. I only use my TVs for monitors for movie making. But now they put it into tax paying for everyone in the country.
Yeah,
I think the government, you got the BBC to actually like freeze it for a couple of years.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah.
That's all right. But there's a lot of people now hitting out that paying that really. The BBC are just useless.
They've created nothing really for years that's been outstandingly good. I mean, I think the last thing that the BBC put out, if I can find the copy of it, I don't know, it's gone now. But did you watch the adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula they did?
I caught a little bit of it on BBC iPlayer.
That was extremely good, like really good, really well made, really well acted. The thing that they put out as well. This was ITV. This one, not BBC. Have you seen that version of War of the Worlds?
I've not seen that one. No.
TV adaptation, a remake. So I think it's a 4-part miniseries that they did on ITV. and it was set in Victorian times, just like the original story is in Victorian England. That is fantastic. That was done by ITV. That.
Do you know what year that was? Because I've never heard of that one.
No, you're asking.
I'll have to check that one out.
It is
Well, I saw a terrible
2019.
Okay.
a TV movie from England called Flood. It was about a wave that came to.
Yeah, it's about the tidal. It's about the tidal network in London failing and London being flooded. Is it Sean Bean? I think it's. Is it Sean Bean?
I don't remember if it's Sean Bean. There was another actor in it that I that I was familiar with, but goddamn, I couldn't almost finish it. I forced myself through it.
Or was it Sean Pertwee?
Probably Sean Pertwee. What did he act in before? I don't remember the name.
Dog Soldiers and Event Horizon. And
yeah, probably him. I don't remember Sean Bean, but maybe it was in it. But that.
Yeah, and he's in Event Horizon.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
He's the pilot.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out who that is, but
Dog Soldiers. He's the commanding officer that gets his guts ripped out and they super glue his guts back in.
Right. I got you.
I love that scene.
Yeah, I think his father was Doctor Who at one stage, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he was also Wurzel Gummidge as well, his father.
That's right, yeah. It's going back, yeah.
That's something I've been arguing with YouTubers about, like, because they talk about why Dog Soldier gets a 4K release, but 28 days later doesn't. I'm saying this straight out. Stop arguing with me with this. 28 days later was shot on fucking video, and they have the last scene in 28 days later that's shot on film, but you don't need a 4K for that. You need that. It's good enough for Blu-ray, but Dog Soldiers were shot on 16mm, and it looks perfectly on 4K.
Yeah,
so please stop arguing.
Yeah.
I finally got it out.
Dog Soldiers didn't do it for me for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the film. But, yeah.
See, we had a big spell of those kind of horror films in the UK, which you could sort of add the sort of horror comedy tag to it as well. You get that light-heartedness, gruesome kind of film. There was shitloads of them. You know what I mean? From like
Severance comes to mind.
Severance is a great one. Danny Dyer is a fucking terrible actor, but that film is great. It's a really good film. The Cottage was the other one.
I think I've seen The Cottage.
The Cottage is a really good film. What's the other one that with Danny Dyer in? The one where Doghouse.
Yeah.
I remember that. 2 seconds. I need to look it up.
They go on a stag do to a village where all the men have been killed, but all the women have been turned into like raging zombies, like mutants.
I gotta show this one right here. I want to see if Gizmo's got this one because he's a big fan of these media books and shit. I don't know who's all a fan of this movie, but
I love that film, but I don't have that media book.
Yeah,
I love the film.
I don't have many media books, but
there is a scene in that film that tormented me as a child. It's the scene where the rich woman is getting, you know what I mean.
But it's all. I thought it was going to be. It's all in English, you know. This is an import from Germany, I believe. But it's all in English. So
that was one of the most tormenting films I saw as a child. It was fucked me up completely.
What scene is it?
It's the scene where that woman, the rich woman, is getting raped by all those in the car.
Oh, yeah, man. That is a rough scene.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And I was just like, what does that do in this film? Because it feels like a comedy horror, but that scene is just so dark.
She's drunk as hell, and she just walks off with this bum dude. Have you seen it, Anthony?
No, I've never seen it.
You never seen Street Trash? Oh, man. I think you'll like it. You've seen it, Darren, right?
Yeah.
I've seen it, yeah. I got the old Arrow DVD.
Yeah.
I think I have the 88 films. Or
88 put it out on the Vault line.
It's a fucking batshit insane. It feels like a trauma movie.
Yeah.
And it does. Like there's a scene where this dude gets his dick ripped off, and they're fucking throwing his dick around this fucking garage. I mean, this what is it? A damn a junkyard. Yeah,
Right.
it's a bunch of fucking bums, man, in this junkyard. And they're fucking. It's just over the top insanity, you know. But it's.
But I have to ask Tony about this because am I the only person in the world who liked this film?
Shit, no, I love it.
You
It's
love it?
fucking
Okay.
brilliant. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Fucking
I fucking love that film.
Mandroid.
Yeah.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
That it's a decent release from '88 as well.
Yeah.
That was on the MGM line that they put out a while back. They put some really good titles out on that MGM range that they did. I think Invasion USA was on that line. Messenger of Death was on that line. River of Death.
River of Death I also loved.
River of Death is a great film.
Michael Dudikoff.
Michael Dudikoff, yeah, it's the one film that Dudikoff did that everyone forgets about.
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance is in it as well as, and it's a fucking crazy film. But
I love it.
Eliminators
I've seen it
is
so many
great.
times.
Yeah.
Who released it? You said was it 88 films or 101?
88.
Yeah, but I have it from 88 films as well. Yeah, I've seen it so many times when I was younger. I just seen it one more time when I bought it though, but I need to rewatch it soon.
Yeah, I mean, Eliminators is really good. If you watch the documentary, the making of it, the suit that Mandroid is wearing, he's got like is a guy fixed in a tank track, but the way he's mounted in the track, he's mounted. So if that's the track, he's mounted right at the front, and the scenes where he's going downstairs. But the weight of the track is heavier, so it just fucking keeps coming over on the top of him. You reckon it nearly killed him about 6 times. Yeah, but it's crazy. But if you're gonna do, if you're gonna do Eliminators, if you're gonna do a double feature, do Eliminators and then Raw Force.
Yeah, I love Raw Force.
Raw Force is fucking brilliant.
I had the Winger Syndrome release.
Yeah.
That one I hadn't seen
fantastic.
before actually, so it was a blind buy for me.
Yeah,
I really digged it.
It works well as a double feature.
Texas says, I saw Arrow US is putting out Fighting Back with Tom Skerritt, one of my favorite vigilante films.
I've never heard of that one.
Fighting Back.
No.
I don't know. I have another film here that I love that me and Tony is probably the only ones who like these films, but it's Metal Storm. Have you seen it?
No.
Scream Factory released it.
Oh, the Taylor Jared Sin.
Yeah. I actually like it.
Yeah.
I have so much nostalgia for it.
Let me see the cover.
It's a great film. It's the longest title ever.
Metal Storm.
Yeah, the destruction
of
Jared Sin.
3D.
Yeah. Again, if you're gonna watch those kinds of films, and they are fucking brilliant, a double feature with that one is really good. Ice Pirates works really well with that one, but also Space Hunter: Adventures in the Forbidden Zone works with that perfectly as well as.
Yeah. Did you know that Kelly Preston is in that Metal Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that before I rewatched it, and I was, what the fuck? She said it.
Yeah.
But it's a
Wrangler says I got a channel called Comet TV. Reminds me of 1990 sci-fi channel. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, y'all got Pluto over there?
Yeah, I get Pluto TV.
Yeah, they got a lot of shit. Like
yeah, me
retro
Pluto
type.
TV, yeah, Pluto TV for a long while were putting on loads of 80s cartoons, like shitloads of really, really good ones.
And it's all free.
Yeah.
Shit,
So they had an Inspector Gadget channel, they had a Sonic the Hedgehog channel, they had a Super Mario Brothers Super Show channel. There was quite a lot. They seem to have disappeared. I think
some
they've
good
been taken
horror
off.
shit too. Some decent slashers type shit back in the 80s.
Yeah, I think what seems to happen with Pluto TV, they mess around with it too much, so they keep changing the format. Now, every time you go on now, it's now like a live a live TV station on each channel, but it's also like a streaming service. It's really weird how it's sort of gone, Pluto. But when it very first started, I did like it, and I've tried to use it recently. And it's gone a bit fucking backwards.
Yeah, do y'all have a like VPN? Did y'all use?
Yeah, I use Windscribe.
Okay. Yeah, so you can get content from around the world with your VPN.
Yeah, I mean, I basically use a VPN for Shudder. The only way I can watch the Joe Bob Briggs stuff live is via turning my VPN to the US and then signing back into Shudder, so I can watch Joe Bob. Otherwise, I can't watch the Joe Bob show live.
Right.
Which it just doesn't come on in the UK.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
We got like a thing called Roku. I don't know whether. Yeah. I think the Americans got it as well. That's how I used to watch Pluto and stuff like that. But
same thing. I mean, I use a Fire Stick. You know, it's pretty much the same thing as a Roku. But I used to have an Android box. And you know, like the NVIDIA Shield. Yeah, those are probably the best out of the.
It's a single best streaming device you can get. The 4K NVIDIA Shield.
Yeah.
It's fantastically good. I mean, the 4K Fire Stick is good out of the box for about the first 12 months, and then after 12 months, you might as well just throw it away and buy another one. They go so slow. So mine just failed to connect to the internet now.
Really?
And I've tried it. Yeah, and I've tried everything with it.
Because mine's still doing good, man. Working like a champ. I got the Fire Stick 4K Max.
The Cube.
Not the Cube, the 4K Max.
The stick.
Yeah, because they got a 4K and then they got the 4K Max.
Yeah.
And I think my mother, she has the Cube.
The Cube.
She's had it for several years.
Yeah, I toyed with the idea of the Cube, and then ended up going for the 4K stick. I mean, it did okay, like I said, and I've had it for probably just over 12 months. This one now, but it's getting to the end of its life, and I find that with every Fire Stick I've ever owned, if you can get 18 months out of one without having a problem, you've done really well.
Well, I mean, that's actually pretty good though for $40. I mean, you know, so
yeah, I mean, the standard 1080p high def ones, when they go on sale over here, they're like £19. They're like they're for nothing basically. And it's so easy to sideload apps onto it. It's frightening.
Looks like she shit herself.
Is that the second? Is that the second site?
Yeah.
Man, I regret not getting that shit. I had it pre-ordered, and then I canceled my pre-order, and now everybody tells me it's the one that I should have got.
It's probably the release of the year, I would say, at the moment.
But I can get just the disc, the standard, for $20. So I'm just going to do that, you know.
Yeah, that's all I do.
If you order straight from Second Size, I think they are pretty cheap. It cost like $30 when I pre-ordered that Texas Chainsaw Massacre limited edition. Yeah, it was. They had like a sale, like a pre-sale on it.
What the hell?
For that one and for the one that Panic in Needle Park or what the fuck it's called.
I was gonna pre-order from Second Sight, but it was gonna cost me like $90 or some shit.
Picnic in Needle Park.
I think mine cost 44, something like that.
Yeah, it was expensive. So I was like,
this one.
I had a pre-order going with Orbit, and I canceled it because I just assumed the scan was the same as Dark Sky, and I had the Turbine that I bought last year. It's just that's one of the movies that I could buy so many editions of that movie. You know,
it's your favorite film.
Yeah,
one of them. Yeah,
I think the thing is with Second Sight is that if you don't want the bells and whistles edition, so if you're not bothered about her box, if you're not bothered about all the crap that comes with it, and you just want the standalone release, just wait about 6 months. It'll come to a standard release. Pick it up for 15 quid, 17 quid. Give it another 6 months. It'll be in Second Sight sale. Second Sight do a yearly sale.
Then you don't get this.
Yeah, but do you really need it? Do you really need it?
I need to see her have shit herself.
And that's the way I've started looking at it. I mean, HMV run the second sight sale all the time in store, and like most of those old catalog titles now, like all the ones up there behind me, they're like £9 in the sale. I mean, it's
damn. Yeah, like the Arrow sales are really good too, man. £9 and shit.
Yeah.
I've hit several of those, and it works out better. It works out better for me to order from the UK because you get more selection.
Yeah,
and
the shipping's not that bad once
It's like now you're paying £9 for like an Arrow like Blu-ray release. You've got all the extras now and everything. I can remember going back 10, 15 years ago where you would pay £20-25 to have a film, to buy a film from America, just a standard DVD release. So now I think we're spoiled. You know, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely over here at the moment. Definitely. It's there's so much choice within the UK at the moment. It's frightening. But what I've done recently, and I don't know if you're in the know with this as well, Darren, but when I pre-order anything now, I don't pre-order through the specific seller. So Arrow, Second Sight, 101, whoever.
Right.
I don't order through those. I order through HMV. And when I order through HMV, I can use Klarna. And if you pre-order it with Klarna, you don't pay for the title up front. It only charges you when the title ships and you get it. But with Klarna, you only pay in a month. So I just ordered that big box set from Arrow with the 5 thingy films in it, Cellar Dweller and Dolls and all the rest of that.
Charles Band,
yeah. So that was like £55 on the pre-order. I pre-ordered it through HMV, through Klarna. It doesn't charge you anything for the pre-order. Then you only pay a month later than when you get it.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So I've been doing that for ages, mate, to get pre-orders without paying for them.
Awesome. Yeah. I have to look into that.
So it's kind of like Amazon.
Yeah, or PayPal paying 3 or paying 4, whatever it is.
Yeah. Because Amazon don't charge until they ship it, you know.
Yeah. Well, this is the same thing, and there's no credit fee, so it's 0% financing. It's not costing you anymore. So all I do, pre-order the title. You put a couple of pounds away each week. When it comes in, you've got another month then to pay it. You put a couple of pounds away more, then you just pay it off. So you've not really missed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially on big releases like that one. Bless you. It's very rare I buy any big sets like that, but I wanted all 5 of those films. And for £55 for all 5, it's never going to be any cheaper than that. I mean, a standard edition is going to be 15 to 17 if they get standard releases. So to do it that way, even at sale, it's only ever going to be £9 at sale. So it's only ever going to be the same price when it's on sale. It's on the single releases. So at £55 and you get the box and the posters and all that shit, then I was in for it. I mean, 4 of the films I didn't own because they'd never had releases. The only film that's in that set is Dolls. I mean, I do own Dolls, but that's that Bare Bones 101 release. You know what I mean? There's nothing on it. So for 55, I'll have that all day long.
Yeah. Wild Wrangler said, who made Dracula more like the book?
Film-wise, the more of the book one is the one from the 90s. With
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah. What the hell's his name? He played Dracula.
Gary Oldman.
Gary
Oldman. Yeah.
Yep.
Brad Pitt was terrible in it. It's the worst English accent ever.
Keanu Reeves, you mean?
Keanu Reeves, sorry. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Just terrible accent in it.
I thought you were talking about interview there for a second.
No.
Yeah, it was going into interview territory.
Yeah. But but if you want to watch the TV adaptation that was on ITV, I can't find where the DVD's on there. I had the DVD of it somewhere. I don't know where it is. I can't put my hand on it.
Texas said, street trash, hell yeah, man.
I haven't seen it for years, so it was funny that you took it up now. It's like I really need to revisit it.
Yeah, man, that'd be a hell of a watch along. You know, that'd be a good watch along.
I still have traumas for that rich woman.
Yeah, that shit. She was such a whore, though.
I don't remember. I just remember they raped her, and that's the thing.
She was such a drunk whore. You know, like you still feel bad. Though.
Yeah, I was a child also, so it was like, oh no.
Holland says, "I got to see the street trash." Yeah. Saw street trash long ago. Anthony, what's going on, man?
Hi, man.
Hey, Anthony, how's it going, man?
Where is our 100 superhero list?
Yeah, damn, that's rough.
It's going to be rough, yeah.
Avengers of the '80s. Avengers
I know
of
what
the
movie will
1980s?
not hit the list, and that's this one. Fuck me, I struggled through this film. It was the hardest film I've seen for years.
Yeah, I don't like the original. I don't like the first one.
No, me
Black
neither.
Panther. That's a slow film.
Yeah, but also the effects in the ending, the last fight, it lasts for like 10 minutes or something, and it looks like it's made in the 90s for GoldenEye. It's like that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
While Wrangler said he's watching
Time Bandits. Good man.
Yeah, man. That's a childhood for me. Like, that shit played all the time.
Yeah. Amazing
That's the
film.
Monty
Brilliant
Python
film.
director, right?
Yeah. Handmade Productions, yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly Preston was a stone cold fox.
Yeah, she wasn't like that woman you talked about. What was her name? Dirk, you remember?
Oh, Heather Langenkamp.
Heather Langenkamp.
I have laughed so much after that. It's like it came out of the blue.
Yeah,
but I respect it.
Anthony, he's got something for old Heather and Langenkamp.
I think I mentioned it to Dirk last night, but I did end up ordering that Violent Streets completely lengthy box set.
Yeah, man.
I paid like 85 for it delivered, so I don't know whether I'll regret that. 85
pounds.
Yeah. But I mean, there's loads on there. The same tracks as everything, you know.
Yeah, that's a good set. I'm ready to get that set, but I'm gonna get it at Texas Frightmare. You know.
Yeah. I'll show mine next week in the stream.
Yeah.
To let you know what it looks like. You know?
And I would just include for all the people who trash Black Emmanuel box set. Have you seen The Last Cannibal? It's fucking.
I love that film. Yeah,
it's amazing. It's better. It's almost as good as Cannibal Holocaust. Almost, not as good, but almost.
Really?
And it's
come on. Now.
And it's harder to watch. Also, it's a lot more brutal.
The only thing with that, I can't justify buying the box set just for one film because I'm not really fussed on the other films in there.
No, I haven't seen the other one, so I'm just curious. Since that movie, it's
brilliant.
Good,
if anyone wants like a cannibal film, you know, that's not particularly that well known, really. Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
It's brutal as hell.
He says, I paid a little more than I wanted, but it's so worth it. And Holland said, Gizmo, did you get the limited set for the Emmanuel?
No, not yet, but I will buy the box set with probably some extras. I don't know what. Severin is always bullshitting people because they re-release stuff, and you should just wait till they have said they have sold it out 3 times, and then you buy it because then it's half price.
Aren't those films basically like porn or some shit?
No, they are. They. I think I haven't seen that many of the black edition. I have 2 that I've seen, but there are some cut-ins like Thriller has on one of the films, but they are not like that. More sexploitation.
Like Joe D'Amato films in there. So.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Whether you call them hardcore porn, I don't think, you know. Like
it's sleaze.
Yeah.
It's just sleaze? Okay. Because I was told that it was like straight up porn and shit.
No. But they have porn in.
But that set is like fucking $200, ain't it?
Yeah, but I say wait a year and then it drop half price. They always do that on Severin films.
Yeah, I'm not jumping on that shit.
I think Steve's gonna get it.
Yeah, Steve.
God, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Severin turned some really obscure stuff out. And every so often, there'll be something that pops up that I want, that they hit the money on. Is it they've got 2 coming out now? They've got that I won't mind. Is it Alien Predator? They've got coming out.
Alien from the Deep.
Is Alien from the Deep?
Yeah.
The Italian sort of exploitation rip-off film.
It's terrible up till the ending. I love.
The whole giant claw thing and that.
Yeah.
And the sort of ET2, so-called, whatever it calls itself.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before. I have no idea what it is.
ET2.
Yeah. Yeah, that I won't mind picking up, but I don't want the fancy sets. I just want the standard releases, which I would imagine will come.
Is it like Mac and Me?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like a more brutal version than Mac and Me, I think. It's
brutal, huh?
Yeah.
Is it brutal and badass?
Brutal and badass. It's it's down that line, I think. But
Shit.
when Severin do something like that, they tend to do it pretty well.
With Severin, they tend to fuck you over on the shipping, though. I find from the UK.
Yeah, well, what I tend to do is wait till Pops needs something, or Brad needs something, or Johnny needs something, and then I'll just trade them. So I'll send them the stuff that they want, and then they send me the stuff back. It was Johnny that sent me all the Severin stuff last time.
There's a guy in the UK, I think it's called Film Treasures. He's on Facebook. He gets a lot of them in.
He does.
Reasonable price as well.
Yeah, to be fair, he isn't that badly priced. He's
considering
got
like the shipping and stuff. Yeah. Going through.
The problem I have with Severin is that I've been fucked over so many times now, because I ordered from them like probably 6-7 times, and one time the box never arrived and they didn't care at all, and another time it didn't arrive and I wrote to them and they said, well, it's not our problem. Whose problem is it if they send something and the code they send it on is not working?
Oh, they're fucking assholes like that.
Yeah, and also they use like fucking 2-3 months before they send out their boxes, and they say, well, we have so many boxes to send out, but I don't think they are bigger than Winger Syndrome or whoever out there. So I think they should just hire more people. That's how you should do it,
especially at sale time.
I'm surprised, Anthony. I don't know if do you go, like, I know you're in the sci-fi, so I don't know if you
Planet of the Vampires, yeah, man. Yeah.
So you got that one?
I don't own a copy of it, no, but I know the film, and I do like stuff like that. I mean, any sort of that 50s, early 60s sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
I absolutely love. I mean, one of my all-time favorites.
This one here, though,
it's Forbidden Planet.
Oh yeah.
I fucking
remember
love that
shit.
film. It's an amazing.
I it when I was young.
This here, though, man, I swear, is like the same exact story as Alien, the original Alien. Like, and I've given Life Force vibes off of it too.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you know my thoughts on Life Force. I fucking love that film.
Yeah,
me too. But we are the only two guys in this universe, I feel. I love Life Force.
I do. Brilliant. Yeah. It's one of Tobe Hooper's best films for me.
Yeah, me too. I love it. But I know most of the YouTubers hate it.
Yeah.
You guys seen that one?
So Sweet, So Dead? No, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I've got that one, yeah.
Is it any good?
Is it Italian?
Yeah, it's decent. It's Giallo from 1972, I believe.
It's not the same film. It's called So Sweet, So Pervert, or
no,
that's totally different. That one, the dirt guy there, it's basically your Black Glove Killer, Dario Argento rip-off type film.
And then I know this is Argento's masterpiece here. It's
I don't agree with Dirk. That's
it's fucking hard.
I need to give that another go, to be honest.
It's fucking hard.
It's actually it's shot really well.
Yeah.
But it's kind of bland. I find the male actor lead.
That version of Phantom of the Opera I like.
Oh yeah.
That's the Robert Englund one,
yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great film.
I remember that one. Yeah.
That was when Freddy Krueger entered the opera.
Yeah.
I will see this tonight. I have no idea what it is, but I bought it on pre-buy.
What's that called?
Man.
RoboForce.
You want to talk about fucking rip-off?
No, RoboCop ripped off this film.
Oh, okay. No. That's what happened.
RoboForce.
Shit. Golly.
Yep.
I love these Chinese films that you have no idea what you're going to, but I'll see it tonight.
Yeah, I got some blind. I got plenty of blind buys. I mean, plenty of blind watches here lately, man. Most of my blind watches have been good. So, like
yeah,
really
it's kind
good.
of demoralizing when you get a blind buy and it turns out to be absolutely shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Anthony's talked about that before. Educated blind buy, you know.
Yeah, it's very, very rare I blind buy at all. If it's something that I think might pique me interest, I'll try and stream it first. If I can't find it on streaming, I'll try and sort of like review the nuts off it. You know what I mean? Try and delve in somewhere, see what other people are talking about it. Then I might have a go at it. Just to pick a film off a shelf, knowing nothing, is not something I do. The simple reason being, the room I'm sat in now is about 8 foot fucking square. It's tiny. So I can virtually touch the walls and I've hardly got any space. So if I blind buy and I'm just stacking these shelves with films and titles I've never heard of, I'm fucked. I basically have just no room for anything. So I've taught myself to only buy things that I truly like or I truly want. It's the only way I can do it. Otherwise, I'd be splashing it like Pops.
Yeah, Pops mentioned that last night in his stream. He said he's going to try and be a bit more selective in buying. I think that's what I'm going to do as well. Because
it gets to a point where you actually stand back and look, and you think, "Do I really need that? Does that really need to be in the collection?"
Right.
And sort of everything that's around me at the moment is basically everything that I want. I've not picked any new titles up in ages. I mean, this was the last newest thing I picked up in the network sale. Have you seen that? A Thief of Baghdad?
No.
From 1953. It's basically, if you're into the old Sinbad films or anything like that, it's basically like that. But it's the basic story of Aladdin. So where Disney's Aladdin starts from, it is from this film. Yeah, it's Sabu as the main role. It's fantastic. I mean, the effects in this for the time are unbelievable. How good they are for 1953. And it's a really, really good film. I think it's about a $5 in the sale on network at the moment. But it
looks like
brilliant.
Will Smith on the cover.
So I've got to know these titles. Will Smith. Oh, in that version of Aladdin he did, in the live action one.
The slap heard around the world.
That I need to ask Tony and Darren. Do you know if this has been released in England? I'm looking for it.
Prey.
Ooh.
It's Dick Moss. It's the dude who made Saint. If you have seen the Christmas film and
right, I'm not
and
sure,
Amsterdam.
What year is that film?
I think it's from 2012, 14 or something.
Prey.
16 actually. 2016.
He made Amsterdam as well, did he?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was his first film, I think, or at least one of it.
Is it the one with? Is that the one with Idris Elba in it?
No. That's the fucking Beast. I hated that film. But this film, I only seen it without subtitles, and they talk.
That's the new one, right? That's the new one.
The Beast, yeah, that's this one.
That was Idris Elba, and I can't think who else that is.
I don't know. I have it, but I didn't like Beast because everything was CGI shit in it, and I was just like, show me a real lion.
It wasn't no roar.
No, it wasn't roar at all. This is also CGI a lot, but this is a horror slasher with a lion. I love it.
Lion, hell yeah! Like Ghost in the Darkness.
Dirk needs to get Amsterdam. Have you seen that, Dirk?
No, I've heard a lot about it though. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a great film. Got like a cat, like a chase on the water in a boat.
And it's really dirty as well. It's like it feels so.
Oh god, fantastic film.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, my battery's on 9%, so I'll stay on as long as I can. But if I do sort of cut out and I come back, the phone's died.
Yeah. Anthony says Heather can get it. Fuck you guys.
Well, she's 70 now or something.
Shocking Dark T2. The hell is that?
Shocking. Yeah, that's
Terminator
Terminator 2,
rip-off of it.
the Italian version.
Oh, it's probably
Bruno
better.
Mattei.
It's better than the other T2, right?
No,
No.
nothing beats T2.
Gizmo seen Robo Vampire?
No, I don't think so. Is that Japanese or?
I don't know.
Sounds like Robo Geisha and all of those films.
Hall & Oates says Beast sucks.
Yeah, I agree. Or not This Beast. This Beast is really great.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are trying to get that.
I love it. Polish horsecock film. It's good.
Good deal. Well, man, we're creeping up on 3 hours. I don't know if y'all want to talk about anything else.
No, I can think of.
No, I've talked about everything that I've gone through.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all came on, man, and glad to do this some more.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you for having.
Yeah, man.
You
Anytime.
enjoyed it.
Let's see, Holland's. It's a very shallow movie, like it's made for kids, but with some depictions of violence, so it's rated R.
That was the Robo thing, probably.
I think he's talking about Beast.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. It's a pussy wimp film.
Okay. Well, we're gone, man. We're out of here, and this was 3 hours to kill.
Right, it's quite good for us.
What's the regular time?
Just like to
Like,
say thanks to Gizmo and Tony. Like, really enjoyed the conversation, been flowing.
Yeah,
and,
man.
Like some
Yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff.
Thanks.
Like, I'll be honest.
Thanks for having us, dude.
Yeah,
You're
we're gonna have to
welcome
do
anytime, both
something
of
in
you
the future.
again.
Ciao, man.
But I guess we're gonna get out of here. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, have a good one, guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Wakanda forever.